Hey, and welcome. I look just as sweaty as I feel, y'all. Jesus. Let me get my act together. My mic is in the shot. Hello, hello, hello. Can we move that a little bit? Can we move those? Can we move those a little bit? Let's get this thing moving. You know, your girl has to set up soon as she comes in the room, and I am a little bit late. Hi, Daria. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. We're going to keep it moving. I moved this thing. Apologies for being late. I put this thing at 7, had to move it back a little bit because I was racing, ripping, and running. My apologies. I did not realize when I made it this early that this was the week that we sprung ahead. And I've been running around all week. My son was home for school for spring break. And like, this is the last full day with him. So I'm like running around trying to get everything done for him. But here we are. We got to talk about good old Love is Blind, season 6, episode 12. Meet me at the altar, the finale. I got my for you. And as promised, I got my Love is Wine. So we're going to pour that up and get into this thing. But before we do that, I do have a guest. So I'm going to bring this lovely lady to the stage as I pour my drink and get ready and all the things. You'll see her all around these YouTube streets. She will have her own channel maybe one day if we could, give her a little peer pressure. It is Inga. Hey. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, when my mute was on. Hey, everybody. Okay. Hello.
I got my
Hey.
just in case.
Oh, Lord, yeah. Thank you for that extra little 5 or 10 minutes because I was running around like a chicken, my head cut off.
Me too. I was just about to tell you that, and then I was like, "Oh,
okay." I did not know it was. I did not know it was daylight savings until about. It was like 2:00, right? But then I have a clock in my bathroom, and I was in there washing my hands. I happened to look at the clock, and it said one something. And I was like, wait a minute, something maybe I said maybe, I thought the clock was wrong, like the battery was. And then I ended up I just started putting it together, and I said, wait a minute, let me check the clocks, and it turns out it was daylight savings. I mean, I ain't been paying attention to all the stuff going on. So
I knew from work, and I still forgot. Like I said, when I scheduled it, I did not. So I was at work.
I ain't even put, I didn't put together. Like, so it just threw me off. I had to run to the grocery store. All the stuff we do is, to keep our household going, So I was running around and cooking and all that. So thank you for the extra 5-10 minutes.
No problem. Yeah, I cooked, but I did a new recipe, so I don't even know like if it's ready to my standards, but it's done, so they could go ahead and eat one. Go ahead and eat while I'm on here. I still gotta do my son's hair and a bunch of other stuff, but I was like, you know what? Let's go. I'll fan myself off important. We're gonna see how this tastes.
Oh yeah, so that's the well, I don't have the Love is Blind cup, but I got my own little look with my initial eye on it.
I got one of those too.
Yeah, so I don't have the official cup, but
these are real cheap at Walmart, the cups. They're like $30 at Netflix website, but I was like, we will get it from Walmart.
Yeah, because I saw on the Netflix website, and I was like, oh no, I can probably find them on Amazon or something,
Yeah, Walmart.
I'll check you. Who you say Walmart? I'll check Walmart.
Yeah, they have the wine, but where I'm at.
Is that the official wine?
Yeah, they don't sell it. So
you ordered the wine, or you got it in a store?
I got it in a store, in a liquor store.
Okay.
Netflix Love is Wine. It's Chardonnay. It's by Cupcake Wines.
Oh,
$10, $9.99.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've had cupcake. I've had the cupcake wine before, so I know how that tastes.
I ordered it, and I was like, I'm gonna run and pick it up. I tried to order it online, but they were sold out on their website. So there was like a liquor store not too far from here. I was like, I'll order it and pick it up. I wanted to get it from Walmart, but like I said, our Walmarts over here don't carry it. So there we are.
Oh. Yeah.
Hey, Daria. Happy Sunday. Good evening. I am hanging in there. Hanging in there. Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, and you said that you were saying to the people that one day I'll get my channel. I got some little stuff on my channel. Look, it ain't much enough. It is under construction, but it's a couple of videos. It's the videos like when me and I'm on with Moochie, and I stream the same time
Oh,
she's
okay.
streaming, and yeah, it's under construction. So
Okay. Well, we can
it
go
might be
over there and
about
check
six,
you
seven
out.
videos on there. Yeah, so it's
It's a
hey,
start.
look,
It's
I
a
got
start.
25 subscribers, so I'm doing
Okay.
something already.
You'll be all over the place on everybody else's channel
I'm
too.
telling you. Well, I just said,
So
look, I just do it for the fun. It's not like it's no big deal to me one way or another. I just said, but I'll get some stuff up there. Moochie's gonna work with me, a little bit at a time. But
it's
girl, I'll
almost
be
better
so
to do it
busy, I
that
don't
way
have
because
time.
it's almost better to do it that way because once you start getting invested in the subscribers and doing all the stuff, it's like
I do it for the
it
fun. I
wears
really
you
like
out.
coming on here and just
Yeah.
laughing, have a good time with y'all. It's
Yeah.
not even it's not about that for me. I understand it's a job for some people. This their job. And and you can make good money if you put the whole time and effort
Yeah.
into it.
It's a lot of
So
work though.
but it's a lot of work. Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
lot of work. At this point, I'm
yeah,
just trying to get to my 1,000 to get to my 1,000, but and to
yeah.
keep up with the watch hours and it's a
You
whole lot
doing
of
good.
stuff. Once
When
you
I
even
see you that message
get
saying
to
you
that.
cranking it out, I said that she got boom, boom, boom. You gonna be the next Tamika.
Look,
You
only
cranking
Tamika
it
could
out.
be Tamika. She be putting that on, but I'm,
Yeah,
trying to do the best
exactly.
that I can and get these lives up so the people
Yeah,
can have some content because it does affect your channel because YouTube just really it does it just they just
yeah,
egg you.
yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
really egging you.
But
Hey,
thank you for having me
Annette
on
Martin.
tonight because I was so glad to talk about this crazy show.
Yes. In fact, you know what? So before I even get everything up, we started with 5 couples. So I'm going to give you the floor and let you discuss either all of the 5 couples or any of the ones you want to talk to up until before this episode. And then I'm going to throw the slides
Mhm,
up. So you can go
mhm.
ahead and give your little rant or
Um.
talk about these people while I get
Okay.
the
Well,
thing ready.
as I mentioned to you when I was chatting with you one time that I'm late to the party. Okay, as always, and a lot of time that happens. I'm always late to something, but then when I catch on, then I get into it. Everybody kept telling me
Mhm.
for the longest, girl, you got to watch Lovers. I was going to say Ready to Love. Lord have mercy, because I just got finished watching that. Everybody kept saying, you got to watch Love is Blind. Love is Blind. They've been telling me for years. But I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to watch another dating show. I was like, oh no, I ain't interested. I ain't getting. So I didn't see anything. I came in here blind. Okay, I'm watching it blind. So this is season 6. I started with season
Uh-huh.
6. But since I've been since I started, I got all invested. I got all deep into it.
Yes.
Yeah, girl, I done went back and watched seasons 1, 2, and now I'm already started season 3. So now I'm all into it now. But
Yeah.
this
One was the
season,
best one.
1 is the best one. And that everybody's favorite couple, Lauren and Cameron, that interracial couple, they still
Yes.
together,
Yes.
happy. They got a YouTube
Yes.
channel too. And
Mhm.
they have a YouTube channel, and I love them. They were my favorite couple. Season 2, a hot mess, a whole bunch of people a hot mess. Hey Nita,
Yes.
whole bunch of a hot mess on there. But as far as season 6, since that's what we talking about, these couples,
Yeah, can I
Jimmy
look?
and
I'll throw them up there for you.
yeah, because I
There you
remember
go.
everybody now. Jimmy and Chelsea, a train wreck. Both of them are train wreck. They she's worse than him, but he just as bad. But
Yes.
yeah, they terrible and they don't belong together. And then
Nope.
Jeremy and Laura, he's childish. He's a child. He's not grown up yet. He's not ready for
No,
no relationship.
not at all.
He's still a child. But yeah, she's bossy, and I didn't like how just her demeanor, how she talks.
Oh,
But
who Lauren? Yeah, she was a lot.
yeah, Lord, yeah, she was just bossy and everything. But in her defense, she was right about um how Jeremy did her, talking to what was her
Sarah
name? Sarah,
Ann.
Sarah Ann. That was
Mhm.
that was wrong. That was wrong for Jeremy, and Sarah Ann was wrong.
Yes.
Sarah Ann definitely was wrong. And now Kenneth and Brittany, is it Brittany? Yeah, Philip
Mhm.
and Brittany. He they were compatible in the pod.
Yep.
Outside the pod, he wasn't interested in her than a man on the moon. Like he was invested into his phone. That's what he was invested
Yeah. Once they
into
got
his
back to
cell phone.
Charlotte.
Yes, yes. Once they got back to Charlotte, yeah. But even when
So
they were
now
still,
I'm
uh,
gonna ask you this. I'm gonna interrupt you really quick. I'm gonna
oh,
ask you
good.
this question. So my feeling, I don't know if I'm accurate or I'm not. So I'm going to ask you, do you feel like that conversation that he had in the Dominican Republic with AD changed his views towards Brittany? Because ever since, to me, ever since he had that, even before they got back to Charlotte, he seemed like a little weird. And then once he got back to Charlotte and got that phone,
It made it
it was all
worse.
over.
Yeah, yeah. I think so. But I'm not mad at AD for asking that question because it's a valid
No.
question when someone is in an interracial a relationship. You
Mm-hmm.
know, whoever the person is, whether the man is one race and the woman is, well, it doesn't matter. They have to ask each other how can we raise these children,
Yes.
and especially if someone is an African American, a black person, and the other person is a other of whatever race.
Yep.
That's a deep conversation you have to have about
It is.
how you gonna raise black children when you're not black and you don't have any uh
Point of reference.
yeah, nothing to go by, and maybe you was never really around a lot of black people or anything like
Mm-hmm.
that, you know. So I think that was a valid question, but I think he could have been trying to find ways to get out of it anyway, and
That
that
too.
just might have been the with eight
Convenient.
when AD said it, that might have been like because remember when they was on that boat
Mm-hmm.
ride, they wasn't he was barely touching her. He hardly looked
That
her in
was
the
after
eyeball.
that was or at least that from our perspective, that was after AD had that conversation with him.
It was
That's why I
after
said
AD
that.
had the comments, and I know a lot of it's editing.
Yes.
Editing is crazy, you know, on all these shows. So a lot of
Mhm.
times we don't we it might not been all the what we
Yeah,
see.
we
It might
don't
have
get the
been
full scope.
we don't get the full scope,
Yeah.
but I think that has a lot to do with it. But I just didn't like how he handled it or something. Then he goes when they finally decide to split apart. He goes to go
Mhm.
pack his bags, and he back on the phone. You know,
Yep, left her
it's like
crying.
and he's and didn't he a principal, a middle school principal?
He's the principal of a charter school. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So, and then there's the one couple they were they were born. They ain't really had nothing going on.
Amy and Johnny.
Yeah, they cute. I mean, I don't want to say like in a negative way. They cute. I'm happy for them. They perfect fit for each other. But
Mhm.
they really that's why they didn't show them a whole lot because they didn't have any
Yes.
conflict.
That's what
We
Netflix does. Wait till you get to was it season
I'm on
5 or season
I just started season 3. So I've seen 1 and
Okay.
2 already.
'Cause the
Yeah.
season that Brett and Tiffany are on, they're a black couple that did end up getting married, and they're still together. They're supposed to be at the reunion. They didn't get that much camera time either. Like, when you don't have drama, they're like, "Okay, they're cute. Look,
But
they're cute.
that's how
Okay."
Lauren and Cameron on season
Yeah.
1, they didn't get a whole lot of stuff because it wasn't any
Yeah.
drama. I mean,
Nope.
they thought the drama was gonna be with her dad not liking her husband, but it turns out that he liked the man. So what
Yep.
they didn't really have no drama. So no, yeah, their biggest thing with Johnny and what's her name, Amy.
Amy, birth control.
Yeah, the birth control. Yeah, and yeah, it was just I was like, why are y'all trying to have this stupid conversation? Go to the doctor. The both of y'all need to go sit down with your healthcare provider,
Yes.
with her, with her doctor, because since she's the one who needs to get, and they sit down together and have a conversation.
Yeah.
Should be so. It really didn't have any conflict about anything. But
Mm-mm.
the one that everybody in the streets is talking about is AD and Clay.
Yep.
Girl,
We're
that's
gonna
when
get
I
to
sent
them
you a
because
message. That's when I
I
sent you a
switched
message.
the,
That's like, are you watching this crazy thing?
I switched the order of the recap. So we're gonna start up where we left last week and tackle Chelsea and Jimmy. And then when it comes to weddings, I switched it. So we're gonna do Amy and Johnny first and just get them out the way
Get the way,
because we're
yeah,
gonna need
yeah.
some time to talk
Oh,
about Clay and AD. And I have so many freaking notes. I'm like, I don't even know if I'm gonna get through all of this. I'm gonna try my best. Thank you,
no.
Nita. I'm trying to my kids is back here screaming and hollering. I was trying to put your comment up on the screen, but I guess I waited too long. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, sorry. Oh, your brother's birthday.
Talking about
So
Daria,
yeah,
yeah.
so let's get into it. This is yeah, it's a Chardonnay, so this is a little more drier than I like. I'm like a sweet Moscato girl, but
I like I like a more of a sweet wine.
I'm gonna have to mix it, but I have to sip.
Yeah, yeah. Because it could be a little them dry wines be like
They feel
a little
strong.
tart. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, I need
yeah.
something like so. We are picking up. Should I switch the thing?
Oh,
I'll leave it
and
here. 'Cause I don't.
I do want to go on a little rant because I have questions, but we'll get there later. So let's start with the other
I'll
people.
leave this picture up here right now as we
You
get
look
right into
creepy
this.
as all get out. Hmm.
This is our finale. It's called "Meet Me at the Altar." Okay. Oh, Pinot and
Oh
Riesling. I
yeah,
like
I like that
Riesling.
too. Hmm.
Hey, Monique. 69 ways.
Hey.
Yeah, those are a little dry for me. I gotta get like a sweet Riesling because
Hmm.
baby, yes, cheers. I got my Love is Blind and my love is wine.
All right.
I was gonna save some of it for the
Mhm.
reunion, but I don't know.
Let
I
me
might
ask you
drink
really
out
quick.
loud.
Let me ask you really
Huh?
quick though. Since you've been watching this, and I'm just new to it, and I'm just still, like I said, I still got
Mhm.
seasons 3, 4, and 5 to look at. So,
Mhm.
how, do you like? Let's go back to the beginning. Do you like the concept of Love Is Blind?
Okay, we talked about this offline a little bit. So, yes and no. My whole thing with Love is Blind is I feel like we'll get into the therapy in a minute too. I feel like it shouldn't end with marriage. I just don't play with marriage like that. I would never go
Mhm,
on a show where I had to get married.
mhm, mhm,
So I feel like I said this, I think last year when I did the live recaps, that it should be instead of they get the proposal in the pods, it's kind of like, will you be my girlfriend? Circle yes or no. If they say yes, they go out, they can give them a little,
mhm,
honeymoon type of situation if they want,
mhm,
or pre-honeymoon, live
mhm,
together and do that whole process, and
mhm,
then have it end with an engagement instead of ending
mhm.
with a wedding. And then we could
Right.
pick back up after the altar, whether they're still together, whether they're going to get married, if you want to do a wedding special. But I feel like ending with marriage is just, it's not for me. And
I
then they
I agree.
they
I
don't get
agree.
any counseling. Any me and Sharonda also a bunch of people have said it from Pay or Wait.
There's
That
no
they don't have
counseling.
no counseling, no therapy component. And even when you get
Mhm.
married, you're supposed to have premarital counseling. They don't even have that as an option on the show. So
But
that's
even if you
like
don't
my
do it in
issue.
real life, I mean,
Right.
even even if you don't do it in real life, but on because this is a TV show and we're all
Yes.
watching it, we should see that,
Yes.
that yeah, it's because these two are strangers coming together. I just at first I was like, I think that's why I didn't watch it at the beginning because I was like, I ain't watching this stupid show.
And they
How
say
you
that
gonna
they
marry some? But I got Nita, I went down the rabbit hole. Once I started watching it, I fell all the way like Alice in Wonderland down the rabbit hole. And then I got caught up into the drama. But
yeah, and they
yeah, I
say
just
that
don't
they
know.
vet these people, but I think they just trying to make sure they don't hurt themselves or anybody else. And I feel like that's as far as they go with the vetting. And that maybe you don't have a criminal
Yeah,
background, but I don't think they take the psychological evaluations and stuff that they're supposed to do. I don't think
definitely
they
need
take that stuff that
counseling.
seriously and they like let some people slide through for like the drama. That's just my
Yeah.
feeling. Whether that's
Yes, because we shouldn't have never had a guy like Matthew. You know they definitely didn't vet him. He was, oh Lord, he was a mess.
and he
You
has
know,
now fallen off the face of the earth. We ain't heard nothing else from him.
I kept saying this dude's a plant. He ain't real. He's an
That's what they
actor or
said.
something. I'm thinking he's a plant. I did not think he was real. I said it. No, 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 no. But no, I agree with you. I mean, I understand the premise. The premise is
Mhm.
you don't get a chance to see how I look. I don't see how you look. I don't know if you white, black, Asian, whatever. Um, and we tap into each other's soul and our heart.
Mhm.
I get that. I actually love that because people are superficial. and they only
Mhm.
want to see somebody that's a certain skin tone or got long hair or got a certain body shape, but this, that, and the third, or a certain height and all that. So I understand you take away all that stuff. You don't know me. We just talking behind a wall, behind a screen, and you get to know the real Inga and what I'm about and my background, my
Mhm.
family. I get that. But then what but you got this yeah, and neither the same. They need a therapist component to the process. And I definitely agree. That's what's missing to me.
And I
Especially once
feel
you come
like
out and see each other.
yes, because there was
How
a
you
guy Shake that said like love is not blind, love is blurry, and I agree because I feel like not like mug shots, maybe headshots, maybe
Oh
that's a
my
better word.
God, he
That
was
they
crazy.
should have.
Shake.
You saw, so you did see that? Okay.
Shake was he was wild. He was wild.
I feel
Love
like
is
they should
blur.
have a group of headshots, no name, just faces to be like these. Like
Yes.
I'm attracted to these people, and then those are the people
Mm.
that they date. And if they don't get along, they just don't get along. But
Oh Lord.
like I get the premise of the show, but sometimes when they meet these people and they see what these people actually look like, it falls apart. We get like this face
Mm.
that Jimmy has. Like he never thought this woman was attractive. She said her friends say she looked like Megan Fox. So it's like,
Yeah. And yeah, right. Yeah, and I look like Angela Bassett. Okay, come on now. Yeah, everybody say I look like Angela Bassett. I mean, that don't even make any sense. Yeah, that don't
it
even make any
doesn't.
sense. She knows she daggone well she don't look like that. She,
They
she
are problematic
but
either.
yeah, that's the only thing I that I wish that they would at least let you see their face. Like
Yeah.
after maybe you've been talking to them for some time, and then maybe you could see a little glimpse of how they look. But also too, because what about when you meet the person, when you finally
Mm-hmm.
get to see each other, right? You come out those sliding doors. And then what
Mm-hmm.
if this person isn't what you know, what you like? So first of
That's
all,
the
all that
supposed to be the beauty of the experiment, but that has only worked with a couple of people, and I feel like it only worked with the people it worked with because they also found these people attractive.
Mhm.
That's just my personal feeling. You know what I'm
'Cause
saying?
I
Like
don't know if I could
it
just
might not
some
be
stranger. I'm living with them too,
it
moving into
might
an
not be like
apartment.
what you typically go for, like Amy and Johnny. Like she says, she likes usually somebody more ethnic, not like the blonde hair, blue eye. So even if it's not like somebody you go for, like I've dated outside of my race like once or twice, but you know what you think is attractive. So at least if we get
Mhm.
in the ballpark, like then we can, go with the soul and the heart connections. But if
Well,
I
that's
look at
true.
you and I'm
That's
like,
true. Because
yeah,
what I might look at is what I might think if somebody is good looking, you might say, Inga, that
right,
dude is not even good looking. So
yes,
everybody got that is true because beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
it
So
is.
that's and I get that part. It's just I just don't know if I can have this dude kissing me, hugging on me, rubbing all over me. First of all, we gotta get the yeah, okay. We talk behind the screen, but we only talk for 2 or 3 days. We ain't known each other that long. It's
Yeah,
only been maybe one
they've
week.
been doing like 20 hours or something in them pods, something crazy, but still.
That's still that yeah. And then later on, even if I get to Mexico or Dominican Republic, wherever they go at, I'm like, no, give me my own room. We can meet at the beach and talk, but I'm not gonna lay in the bed with you. I don't know you. You could be a serial killer. I don't know you yet. I don't know you, sir. And we're not gonna be doing nothing. They only together maybe 1 week in that pod, and then the next week they in Mexico. Then after that, you want to be moving together in an apartment? That's
Yes,
a
they
little
do
bit
a
too fast.
similar there's a show called The Ultimatum, which they do a similar thing, except you come with your boyfriend or girlfriend,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you swap, but they have to live together too. But sometimes you see them do that. One person sleeping on the couch, one person sleeping over here. I'm like, it is a lot because yeah, it's
Yeah, yeah.
expedited. I don't know if I could do that,
I said I
but
thought it's
that's
just
how I
me, so
feel.
that's why I'm just asking these
No,
questions because I said, is it just me? Because I like the concept of
right.
getting to know people without you seeing them. Because as soon as you see somebody, you might be like w- if I saw Jimmy, I'd be like, oh no, I ain't talking to
Yep.
him. But if I'm talking to him behind the screen and we getting to know each other,
Right.
then that's there. I get that. I really understand and I get it, and it actually makes a lot of sense. I'm talking about
Mhm.
the it's just the other parts that I don't like.
That
And
physical.
then
Oh
and then
yeah.
before you go down the aisle, you should have that therapy. You should have a you know, talk to somebody as a
Yep.
couple, individually and together.
Yes. Yep,
You know,
Brandy Mom
so
was doing that too.
that's yeah, that's the only part. And um oh, and there was something that I was gonna say. Oh, and this another question that I have is
Mhm.
I went down my rabbit hole, so I started doing social
Doing a little
media,
research.
little social media creeping, right? And I said, so I found that they get like a, and I don't know if this is accurate. This is what I've read, that they get
Mhm.
$1,000 a week,
Yeah,
as
like
a
a
little,
stipend or
as
something.
a
I
little
heard that
stipend,
too.
yeah, like a little $1,000 a week as a stipend. But they so do they get more money if they get to the altar?
I don't think so.
Okay,
The
because
show
then
the
why
show
would
doesn't
you?
have anything to do with money. That's why I was surprised that we're now hearing about this stipend, which I guess makes sense. Now they get fined if they don't make it
I
to the
heard that,
altar or
and I
something
heard
like
that.
that.
I heard it's like maybe
But
season 2 or 3, one of them seasons.
yeah,
Somebody's suing somebody, suing the company or whatever, because
season
maybe it's
2,
I.
season 4,
It,
season
yeah, they says a couple of
we
people
got
that's
a couple
suing
of
it because
lawsuits.
they wanted to
The
leave the
experiment.
process early and they
Mhm.
were forced. I
Yeah.
think the girl Jessica that was on season 2, she wanted to leave early on, and they
Mhm.
forced her to stay. Um,
Yeah, the
and I don't
only
think you
thing
should
they're
force
paying
nobody
for
to stay.
is they're paying for these rings, these dresses, the ceremony, the food like that. Anything that you want beyond that, I guess you gotta come out of your pocket, but
Yeah.
the trip to DR or Mexico
Yeah,
or wherever they
they
go,
pay for that
they pay for
apartment,
that
they
type of
paying for
stuff, but that's
everything.
it. There's no, like, no cash prize, like, your partner's the prize. Y'all get to walk down the
Yeah,
aisle like,
yeah, yeah. Okay, well, I just said, well, then why won't you if you're gonna break up with people, break up with them before you get down the aisle. Why would you embarrass me, my family, my friends, all of that stuff, to say, no, I do not. I don't want to be. No, we could have that conversation at the back of the apartment.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And we can still have
shoot,
it on camera so that everybody can
right.
see. But we're gonna say, I don't think
But
this is
just
what.
give me at least give me a heads up so my face is not cracked. We're gonna
Well,
get into that a little bit.
that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about it with Jimmy. Go, yeah, go ahead.
She said, Jimmy Josh. Let's get into it. So we pick up where we left off last week on that fake cliffhanger that they gave us with Chelsea and Jimmy. And she's saying, it's been so intense and it's been a roller coaster of emotions. And right now she can see them getting married. We already knew this. Was why I called it a fake cliffhanger. So she says that they got through some tough things, they can handle the hard times, and she feels more confident today. So now he put this on the table. He asked her, how do you feel? As if he thought that she wasn't going to get married. He turns around and says that she has done everything that he's wanted as a wife. He loves her. He wants a relationship with her. He wants for them to work out so bad. But drum roll, he does not want to go to the altar. He cannot. And I said, yikes.
Yeah, but you know something? Even
Yeah.
though I hate to give Jimmy any kind of credit at all because I don't like him. But
Yeah.
however, comma, I
Mm-hmm.
am glad that he had more balls than Clay did,
He
and any
did.
of the other
We
people from
gonna get
all the other
into it.
seasons. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? You don't.
Yeah.
That's the one thing about the show. If I could go and make some changes, or if they
Yes.
can, if they need to start listening to the fans, okay? And because
Yeah,
I would hear,
sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
yeah, because I went, when I went on Twitter, people saying the same thing. Like,
Yes.
why wait until you get to the altar and then
Yeah.
do this? So I like what Jimmy did. Look, even if we get fined, even if we get in trouble, whatever. I'm just telling you right now, I'm just not even going through this. I'm not
Yeah,
even.
I think that they made it close enough where they'll be okay. It just I said like yikes, it wasn't on my bingo card because like they really got me with that one. I thought that he would get to the altar, but I wasn't sure if he was gonna say yes or no because he forced it and he stuck around so long and she kept manipulating him. So I was like, is he gonna say yes? Is he gonna say no? Is he gonna say yes to be the good guy or is he finally going to, put his foot
She
down?
was
I didn't
cringy
think
though. She was just clingy. She was just
yeah,
every
I didn't
time you
think he
turn
was gonna
around, it
do
was
it
a
right then
fight.
and right there. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I
So
mean, it was
then
just they was just fighting all the time.
yeah.
Yeah, it was just too
So
much. Yeah, but then I think, why did he should have just did it right there at the apartment, not take her to the amusement park and have a good old time, had a
yep, we're
beautiful
gonna get into
date.
that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he tries to first put it on the Amy and Johnny thing that she said it was the strongest couple, which we all know was BS, including Chelsea. She's frustrated and she says that he wasted her time and asks, "Why did you wait till now?" Which exactly like you said, we picking out dresses and you picking out tuxes and we doing ice sculptures and we shutting down a whole amusement park and having this whole wonderful day. And then you put it on me like I'm the one that's gonna say no, only to turn around and smash the cake in my face. So I was with her on that one. But at least, like we said, he didn't wait till he got to the altar, like you know who. So, yeah, like I don't know why. Like I said, I don't know why he played her. That kind of made me upset. You put
Yeah.
the ball on her court. You left it on the cliffhanger. Like, why you just didn't come out and say that, sir? So I have in my notes. He says a lot of words. She
And
whines and
why have
cries,
the amusement
and
park
I
and
was
all that
done.
whole date and all that? He could have just told it right there in the apartment.
Yeah,
You know,
that I had a
he could
problem
have
with. I
told
was
producers, "Look, I'm gonna break it off with her."
Yeah.
You know.
And he may have because that was the rumor with Kenneth and Brittany was that they had actually agreed that they didn't want to go any further and they made them do it on camera, which I don't know whether I don't even know if they're going to get into that at the reunion, but
Yeah, yeah. I heard something like that too. I heard some
yeah,
rumblings like that too. Yeah. So it wasn't like a surprise to her. She had already kind of knew.
yeah, but she was still crying about it
She
though.
still was still
So
crying about it. Yeah.
Chelsea said
I think she tried to make it work with him. I think
yeah,
she
she
did.
did. Chelsea was like, it was only one argument. I said, it's more like 100, Chelsea. So he's aggravated that she brought up the girl that he slept with, that was the best friend. He asked her not to. He's like, you told my deepest dark. She's like, your deepest, darkest secret is you sleeping with your best friend. So then he's like, um,
Mhm. And
I was like,
that's one of the girls that she met at the
yes, that she
restaurant, right?
met.
Okay.
Mhm. And I said, Jimmy think he's eating. I said, I don't appreciate that. I said, I mean, a little bit, but not really. So he kind of pulls her card and says that she's still friends with her ex. And I get him talking about the double standard, but I feel like they should establish that before. He should have said something. She should have spoke up about the friend from get-go and not pretended like she was okay with it. And he should have just known better because, like you said, she was clingy, she was insecure. So why you would think that you could bring these girls around her, introduce them, then tell her you slept with one of them and think that she was not going to have a reaction about it? Should she have said it on
Right.
camera? Absolutely not. But for you to think that she wasn't going to have a reaction, I was like, yeah, I don't know what made you think that. So
And a lot of women might have a reaction,
yeah, absolutely.
So I
Yep.
mean, it
So
just
then there
depends on
were
how
so now we're
it
down from
depends
3
on how
couples
old
to
their
2 couples.
relationship was too. So
Yeah. And Chelsea, I think, was in a more recent relationship with that guy. Jimmy, I don't know how long ago he messed with this girl, but I thought he said he was only friends with the girl for like 2 years. So now we're down from
okay.
3 couples down to
That's
2.
kind of fresh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he's saying that we're down from 3 couples to 2, and now we're seeing that they were supposedly the rumor is they were spotted out like the last day or 2. I don't know if that had anything to do with the show or if they're back together or anything
Well,
else like
I
that.
think with Chelsea, if Trevor had asked her to marry, she would have said yes to him. She
I
was
don't
gonna
think
say
she
yes
would
to.
have.
You don't think she would have said yes to Trevor?
No, she wanted to be with I think she wanted to be with Jimmy. I think the only way she would have said yes to Trevor is if Jimmy did not propose. I feel like she wanted to one up Jessica because she knew how Jessica looked, which is the only reason she even wanted Jimmy. When her friends came
Mm,
around, she was talking about how
right.
many people liked him. But the meanwhile, she's having all this conversation about Trevor, but that's not who you picked. So I feel like she intentionally went in the room with Jimmy instead of going in the room with Trevor to see if she's going to get the proposal.
Right.
Got the proposal, took it, and then
Okay.
whatever. So I
Okay.
don't know if he was
You're
going to
right.
try to
Right.
see if
Yeah.
he had left to go be with Jessica, and then if
Mhm.
he said something else, then I think she would have then went into the room with Trevor and
But
allowed
him
him
and
to
Jessica
propose.
wouldn't have
But
worked out anyway. I don't think
no,
so. No, they don't even look good together. They wouldn't
he
have
just
worked out.
he didn't want to be bothered with a 10-year-old kid, which I understand. I wish he had told him a little bit earlier, but
Mhm.
it is what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought he was
Yeah.
gonna get to the altar and say no? I wasn't sure. I was like 50. Remember last week I was 50-50. I didn't know if he was gonna say no or if he was just gonna, like try to make it seem
I
like he
thought
was
they
a
was.
good guy.
I'm agree with Nita. I thought that they were gonna do it,
Yeah.
even though I'm screaming at my TV saying y'all don't need to be getting married. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad he did it. And I wish
Mhm.
more of these guys would do like Kenneth did or Jimmy did, and just tell them right up front. Or if it's the girl, if she doesn't want to give it, tell the guy right up front. I don't like that going to the altar stuff and
Yeah, they may do it
mm-mm.
in the future. I don't know. We have to see the direction of the show. I feel like they need to make a couple of changes and tweak some things. So we will
Right
see. Any final thoughts on these two before we get into these
now.
lackluster bachelor and bachelorette parties?
Well, we'll just have to see how crazy the reunion gonna be with these two because I think it's gonna be a lot. They
Well,
gonna probably
they were spotted out eating together like a couple days
so they
back.
might be still dating. Okay.
So I don't know if they're still dating or
He could be still dating. Maybe he's saying, "Look, I'm not ready to get married to you, but I'll still go out with you." Maybe
and
he's
they
doing
shouldn't
that.
get married no way because she's a mess and it's too toxic. But
It's very toxic. Yeah, we can move on from now.
so we
Mhm.
get these bachelor and bachelorette parties. I'm gonna call them parties with the air quotes because did the guys so dirty. The location, they look like they were doing nothing. They gave them some cheap sweatshirts. I said, "Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
what are we doing
They
here?"
don't give the guys a lot as much as they give the girls
Well,
for the part. Yeah.
in previous seasons, I feel like they gave the guys more than they gave them this season. But this season, I
Mhm.
was like, okay. Clay has his modern day Bill Huxtable sweater on, and he's talking a whole bunch of words. They're in a good space. It's best friend vibes. She sees him for him, and it's a lot of blah blah blah. Clay, he talks a lot. He talks a lot. I don't know if he means what he says, if it's nervous, but he talks a lot. So the ladies, they're having a good time. Everybody looks cute. They talk about Amy not being on birth control, and AD is dumbfounded that they have not done the do. She's like, "You gonna buy the car without test driving?" Amy says she is. AD in the confessional does not believe her.
She
But I
don't
said,
believe it.
baby,
Yeah, she ain't believe
AD
her.
was tipsy boots, though.
Yeah.
He
Hmm.
was so tipsy boots. Oh my God. Any final thoughts on that? I mean, I didn't want to write down a whole bunch. Like the weddings gave us so much to talk about Clay and AD in particular. I'm like, I didn't want to take too many notes
Yeah,
as far
yeah.
as in Bachelor and
No,
Bachelorette.
it was just showing them having a good time at the
Yeah.
bachelorette party. Yeah.
Now, like I said, I'm going to switch up the order and we're going to do Amy and Johnny first, and then we'll do Clay and AD last, and we're gonna get Jamie out of the way here. So she's so excited. They show us their pod journey, the proposal, their love story, and outside the pods. She has one of her future sister-in-laws in the bridal party. I thought that was really cute. And it's just super sappy. Both of the families are super supportive. They seem to like the other partner and the other partner's family.
That is true.
Um,
Yeah.
and parents, they come in and check on her. Her dad's like, you sure? She says she's sure. She's like, all right. He's like, all right, we know right behind you.
Mm-hmm.
And she says that means a lot to her. And Johnny's parents kind of do the same thing for him. They check in with him, and I said, this is going to be such a vast difference from what we're going to get from Clay.
And I always think it's a red flag. Like I said, I've seen the first 2 seasons so far.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a red flag when sometimes the parents are not involved, when they don't come, no sisters, no brothers, no parents, no cousins. And they say, yeah, my people don't want to be on camera. They don't want to be.
Right.
And I understand that that's their choice too. But I always think that might be some type of red flag that
Yeah,
when they
sometimes
don't,
you feel like
yeah.
maybe your parents feel like you don't take it seriously, so they're not even about to show not even about to show up
Well,
and play with you.
or they don't want to, yeah, or they and this concept, especially older parents, they like, come on, they don't meet somebody behind a wall and all, you
Yeah,
know.
that's how a lot of them were like
That's
that,
how
especially
season 1 Lauren's dad was. He,
Amy's dad was like that this season too. That's why they
yeah,
made you seem like he was going to be so like such a scary person, but
right, yeah.
he was
Amy's
like
dad
such
was a
a mush when it came to her. But he just
mhm,
wanted what was right for her. And
yeah. Well, because it's so
I'm a
quick. You
newer
only
parent,
know
and I would
somebody for 3 weeks and
yeah,
then you
I'm a
get
newer
married.
parent, and I would still be hesitant. I'd be like, "You doing what? Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
if
I'm gonna
one of
show
your
up and see what
sons
you're
said they're
getting
going to
into."
get married and and they only know the person and it's been 3 weeks, 2 weeks, or something like that. Come on, you would probably be like, "What's going on here?"
I
Now,
know.
yeah, you probably be skeptical too.
Like, oh, so you're
So,
gonna get married and then turn around and get divorced? That's what we're doing now? Like, that's where my head would be at. And it's not like you shouldn't really be thinking like that, but that's that yeah. I mean, clearly, hey
hmm
Shayna, it works, but
hmm
it's a little scary. So for those people that actually watched it, because some people said once they did Clay and AD, they kind of fast, non-YouTubers, they kind of fast forwarded through Amy and Johnny at the end. But it was like, it was a real tear jerker. Her dad, gave that heartfelt speech.
Yeah,
And I was sitting there, I was like, oh,
oh
doing
yeah,
all.
it was cute.
And then, then he ends it with like, you ready to rumble to like lighten up the mood. So I thought that was really cute. She's tearing up before she walks down the aisle. And then she's got her dad on one side and her brother on the other side. And that's when I lost it a little bit. I was like, she got her brother.
Yeah, yeah. And the
Ready to
brother
go
has
with
special
her.
needs. And so
Right.
that's what made it really cute too.
So I
Yeah.
was like, oh, so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So she gets to the altar and she gives this heartfelt speech about falling in love through the wall and his character and how much she loves his soul. And then
She
Johnny
looked like Cinderella character or something. I mean, one of the princesses from Disney
did.
or something. Yeah.
But then Johnny didn't say too much. And I was like, he's like, yeah, I can't wait. I said, did they edit it? Is he nervous? Like,
They might have been editing some stuff. I bet she was more sad.
so I was like, so I got nervous for a quick second, but they asked her first. Of course, she says, I do. Johnny gets up there. They give us a little music, like I said. So maybe they edited
That's
like
how they
all
do.
the stuff
They
out.
keep you in suspense. Yeah.
Because I was like, what reason would he have to say no at this point? But he says, I do. They're man and wife. They have a really nice painting at the end that somebody painted of them getting married. I thought that was really, really cute. Netflix really wanted us to end on a high note, but I flipped the order. Like I was loving how he was like giving her compliments and just her dress, her personality. She was out of his league just because we don't get that from the next wedding. So I was just loving how he was like pouring into her. And she says that love is blind, and there wasn't really too much.
And I'm not going to say that this doesn't work because we clearly, I told you the season 1 person that talking Lauren and Cameron, they still together. And you said it was another couple on season 5 or something. So I'm not saying that it might have been 1 or 2 couples that it has worked. I'm not saying, but
when you get to some of the seasons, Brett and Tiffany are still married. That's a black couple. Zach and Bliss, which I blame Zach to why we got here, because Zach was with somebody and left that person to go pursue somebody else because the person that he was with, she didn't like how he looked. This was a whole looks thing. She didn't like how he looked.
Somebody told me about that. I can't wait till I get to that season. Okay,
weird. They went their separate ways, and he went to go find this woman. They brought her back on the show. They got married, so they're married still. She's expecting. Brennan and Alexa, that's another couple. I can't remember if it was that season or not. They got married fine. They're expecting a baby. So like it works for who it works for. I just feel like the percentage is low.
If you, but both the parties have to be on the same page, and they have to want it to work. But like someone like we were talking earlier about Chelsea and Jimmy,
yes,
they on all different. They now nowhere on the same page. They just,
and he cried because from the moment that he seen her coming from, he was tapped out from them, but he kept like letting her, like I usually try to side with the woman, but he kept letting her rope him back in and manipulate and cry. And why? I said, man, stop apologizing. Just like go. You don't have to take it. It's okay. Right. It's okay. Because if it was a woman, I would tell her not to take it. So it's okay. It's okay for you to go. But yeah. So I have their pictures.
It's good that it's good that the Love is Blind pays for this, for the wedding, your gown and everything, because expensive. These gowns and all this stuff is expensive. So yeah, that's good that they take care of everything.
I hope they recycle them or reuse them or something. Can you sew these back up? We got
right. Yeah.
We want to save $1.
Yeah. I know that's right. They probably did. Yeah, they probably rent the dresses from a bridal shop or something.
Place. That's what I have as our backdrop, is like an overall aerial shot of, I think it's Cross Creek or something, the place that they got married. They picked some pretty nice locations.
Yeah,
for them to get married, and this was their pictures and people. Her bridal party.
Okay.
The one in the gold dress is his sister.
Right, I remember that. Yeah,
really, really sweet.
And they already calling each other sister-in-law. I mean, they were before they even got married. They was, so I think that they're gonna be fine.
Yeah,
I think they'll be fine.
Yeah,
Now,
they like
yeah.
they pissed me off when we got to the altar. I said, Johnny, that's all you gotta say. I said, maybe he just don't talk that much, or he's nervous that they cut it out. Because I was like, and they started playing the music. I said, I know you fucking lying. I'm like, why would he say no? Okay, he said yes. I'm cool.
Mhm.
Why'd y'all do that to me? Why'd y'all do that to me? So
And
then we
oh,
get
and one more
over.
thing about Amy
Yeah.
and Johnny,
Mhm.
I think they probably did something. I think she just didn't want her parents to know. That's why she didn't say it on camera.
Which I understand.
Yeah, even if
You
they ain't
got
go
people like
all
that.
the way, but they did something sexual with each other to test the waters out a little bit because she probably doesn't want her parents to know. I think that's what
Yeah,
that
because I
was. And I
think
understand.
Jared and Ayana, they
I
did
remember
something like
them.
the first
I
night, and then she like didn't tell till like later on. She's like, "Yeah, I ain't want to let y'all know that," but yeah, like,
I
I
remember
think
that
she
was
said
a
it at the reunion
crazy
or
season
something.
with them. That was a
Yeah,
crazy, and they ended up getting divorced. Yeah.
yeah, because he wanted that
Mm.
other girl, and that's another flaw in the Love Is Blind system. You shouldn't get to switch up. Like if you want to switch up, you can leave. If y'all make it
You
what
know, that's
happen
another thing because
off
because
camera,
Mallory
that's fine.
because Mallory dumped
Yes,
him. Then Ayana was just the backup plan.
backup. Yep.
Yeah,
And I liked his
and
relationship better with Ayana. I wanted him to be with her, but once she was the second choice, I was like, oh,
but
and
then
she
he kept
knew.
going out and hanging out in the street and drinking, and I think that was what the issue she had.
Yeah.
She's an
Well, she
introvert.
knew
She
that
likes to
though
stay
before she
home.
got married to him. She just
Yeah,
thought he said he was going to change, and she thought he
but
was
he
going
said
to
he won't
change.
change. Yeah, and I
He
like
didn't
how
have.
on that season the family, her family and his family, sat down with him and tried to get him together, but I guess it just didn't never work. So
Mm-mm.
she did
No,
the
he's too
right
busy
thing.
hanging out in the
She said
streets.
she packed up her stuff and left, so she wasn't playing.
They got to the.
Okay.
I wonder if we're going to do it after the altar for last season because we still didn't do one for season 5. But when they're after the altar,
They
like they
do
ain't
it on
really
they've
talk
done it
about
on
it.
season they did it on seasons 1 and 2 after the altar.
1, 2, 3, and 4. We just haven't had one for season 5.
Okay, I just started season 3, so I
Oh,
haven't.
okay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
just 5. I don't know if we're just not at the right time frame because they
Mhm.
tape them two seasons at a time. So I don't know if we
Mhm.
just because we got this one early that we're gonna get after the altar in like the summer or something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, Nita. Look, I can't find my doggone red flags. Somebody move my red flags and I have a
Yes.
box of them out there. I
Yeah.
can't
Oh
find
yeah.
them.
Where your flag? You's always waving your
My
flags. Where
red
your flag?
flag.
Yeah, you need one
I
in each
moved 'em.
hand with this couple here.
I
Yeah,
went
you
to
need
go
one in
find my
each hand.
box. I got like a box of 12.
Mhm.
Box of
Mhm.
12. I was like, girl, you already running late. You ain't get these flags by now. I said, he's going to put him in the
What you think of AD's dress? How you think
I
she
was
looked?
gonna get into that when we got into it.
Mhm.
I liked her dress. I thought the slit was too high though. I'm just like a little
Yeah,
old school, a little old
yeah,
fashioned that
I don't
way.
think all my whole thigh need to be hanging out.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
had
it
a
could go,
just
yeah,
a
a
little
little
bit.
bit down to the knee, but that was just
Up,
it
yeah,
was
like
not.
up to the knee, all the way up the ass too. Because
Yeah.
especially when she was walking, it was like,
Mhm.
all right,
Mhm.
girl, watch that thigh. So she is so excited. She thought that she'd never be here. And I was like, it's giving the vibe that you've never either been in a serious relationship or never been with somebody attractive. Just the vibes I was getting from her. She says she is the first of 7 siblings to be getting married. She says her confidence has gotten them through. And that's very telling. We get a flashback to their time in the pods, including their proposal. We get what transpired since they've been out, including all of the times he had says he was not all the times he said he was not ready. I'm like, even just watching this little clip, like this don't look too good. So she says she fell in love with him because he is so real, raw. They mesh together. She can see herself with him, and he's so fine and chocolate. I was like, okay. So her mom comes in and she's like, I met Clay's mom. You had such a good time. She's real, and that's who I would want you to be with as a mother-in-law.
Everybody, if you go on Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
everybody love Clay mama. And we'll
Yes.
talk about that when we get to that part.
Yes. Because I wish I
She's
freaking
MVP.
had a clip.
She's
She is.
MVP. I wish you had the clip. She's MVP. The Clay's mama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got some pictures of her later too. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it is. Because if what's in here ain't together, it don't matter what you look like on the outside. Everybody and their mama can tell you you're beautiful, but unless you believe that you're beautiful and you believe that you're worthy, it's like in one ear and right out the other. So I
Mhm.
child.
Mhm.
I was
Mhm.
thinking the same thing. I
Oh
said
yeah, we might
she
have gotten a
wants to
flag because
remind
it
that
was
man that
very
she's
high. Yeah. I wonder
coming up to
was
the
it
altar.
one that they made it higher than I think. Did she ask him to make an alteration? Was it always
I don't
that high
think
when she
so.
tried to? Because it didn't
I
seem
think it
like,
was.
yeah.
You know what it was? This was a second dress. They focused so long on that first dress. I thought that was the one that she was going to pick with the little mesh thing. And
Yes,
then,
yeah.
like at the last hour, they put that one on. I said, "Oh, this one does fit her a little bit better." It's like her kind of her zhuzh. But I said she
Hmm.
walked into the aisle trying to give him like a little sneak peek. Like, don't forget.
Yeah.
Like we don't need to see
Hmm.
all that. Yes, Miss Margarita was the MVP.
Yes, I'm telling you. I was in here, my mouth was flew open. 'Cause when we get to it, we get to it. So
Yeah, I got like some of
these
those moments I got so weepy because like you could tell she'd been through therapy and she was
she
just
been
like so
she been
organic and
through it.
like having a
Yeah.
serious conversation that needed to be had. I was like, "Woof, girl, let him know.
No, and the thing
Get
is,
it together."
I think the mother was healed until
She
this
was.
whole process
Mhm,
came up, and
mhm.
Clay told her new information that she
That's what
didn't
I'm
know.
saying. Yeah, it looks like
And
she's
then
been through some
and then
therapy.
it's like how it is. We all been through stuff, we've been through relationships, divorces, and whatever. And if i- you heal from the past until some new information come
Is that
up,
me or is
and
that you?
then all that trauma you had
Mm.
come showering over top of you again. And I think that's what happened with the mother. She,
It
I was
was
waiting.
because you could see it in her face.
I was waiting for the mama to get her pocketbook and bust the father upside his head for real.
Listen,
I'm
I don't,
glad she didn't do that. I'm glad she didn't do it, showing a black woman fighting. But I was waiting for him to get her purse and just bam him upside his bald head. I
we
was
gonna
so
get to it,
livid.
but there's a part I think it was maybe right before we started crying when there was a pause and I was at work and I was like, Ninja, I know you don't. I was like,
I was
I
supposed
know
to be
you're not
work.
about to
I
say
mean,
nothing
I was
crazy. I was
working at
like,
the time as I'm watching it.
yep. I was like,
I couldn't even do no more work. I had to stop. I just I could. Oh,
yeah, I
I
was
was bad.
screaming
Mm.
and balling my fist up like what's his name? The
Yes.
cartoon. I was like,
Yeah. Oh, fist and bald up. I'm telling you, if I could jump through that TV and bust him up his bald head, I would have, because I was pissed. But anyway, but
"Mhm,
they look nice. Her and her sisters and her mom, and they
mhm,
look
they
nice. Yeah.
did.
Mm-hmm.
So she says that she thinks he'll be a good father. I
Mm-hmm.
wrote that father, husband. I don't know why I put and dad. She says she wants a protector and a provider for a husband, and she feels like she's getting that in him. Her mom gives her grandmother's jade necklace. Um, that's all that really happened in the bridal suite. I don't know if there's anything else you want to touch on before we get into.
No, that's about
Okay.
yeah, the mother, they was just there. I loved how they supported her,
Yes.
the sisters and the mom,
Hmm.
I like how they supported it. And even Clay's mama, when they get to that part, supported, her too. So
Yeah,
Mhm.
only way I feel like he didn't get supported was this raggedy daddy, but we won't get to the raggedy daddy.
Oh,
So he says he is happy AD is there and rocking with him. He says he is ready. I said, "Sir, are you?" And now there were two of his brothers there, and like I had questions because I was like, "How do y'all feel about your dad? Like, did y'all go on the cheating trips too?" Like I had questions, but we ain't never getting to none of that. So they're in the men's suite and they're asking him, all the he's he ready questions. Is a whole bunch of talking, and I'm like, none of what he's saying is giving me confidence in this situation that he's gonna say anything else when he gets to the altar. Like I wasn't surprised, but I was still aggravated. So we finally see Trevor, aka Clay's trifling daddy, JK, but not really. And I was wondering where this suave was that he spoke of. I was like, this your daddy that you said was so suave? And I guess maybe back in the day, but
yeah,
I'm
maybe
not
back in
getting
the
no
day, 'cause,
vibe.
and he's spending so much time talking about himself, him running track and going to the Olympics and this, that, and the third. Like, dude, this ain't about you. Don't nobody care about your
Mhm.
old track and
Yeah,
field days,
accolades.
you
Yeah, so
know.
he helped him like fix his tux a little bit. Clay's got his watch, and then that's what I have in the notes. And somehow we get into his resume. He was talking trash about the first time he beat Clay running, and then Clay beat him, and it was because he had gotten better. Now, at first, I thought we were sincerely like giving the son props, saying that you elevated to beyond where I was, and that he was gonna like loop back around and give him some wedding sounded advice, but he didn't. So We will
Or
keep
I'm expecting
proceeding.
him to say, son,
Something.
I wanted him to say, son, don't do what I did. Don't screw up like I did.
Yes.
Be a better man than me, son. I'm
Yes.
here to support you guys. I'm here, I messed up back when you were young, but I'm here to try from this point and do better with you in our relation. That's what he should have said. But instead, he
Yeah.
made it all about him, his track and field days, and
Yes.
yeah, he was just a mess.
Yep. So then that's when he gets into it. And he says he was all American in high school and in college, and he went on to the Olympic team until he had an injury and he pulled his hamstring. And since then, he has lived vicariously through Clay. And what I took from it is you could just tell by the way he spoke to him and the way Clay received him. I'm like, you want to be like your father. You want to be like your father. And I wanted the dad to
Clay wants to be like his
yeah,
dad.
Clay wanted to be like his dad. Like you could
Okay.
see that he looked up to him, and that he
Mhm.
wanted to be like him. And I really wanted the father to turn to him and convey, like, you're a better man, you're a better person. Like you said, make better decisions.
Right.
Um, so he says the dad says that his father wasn't present. So it sounds like his father was like a provider, but had no emotional support or anything else either. So why would you not break the cycle then? But that's what they do. I've had one of those myself. He
Mhm.
says his
Oh,
mom
yeah.
told him to
I went
treat
through
your
that with
wife.
my own father, so I know.
Yeah, to treat your wife well and be good to your kids. He said the kids part came natural, and I said, why not the part with your wife? And Clay's even saying that his father and him don't share much deep conversation, which I just thought was crazy. And then Clay, child, I want to cry for him. He starts talking like a little bit, like he says, like I'm ready, it's game day. But you could see him start to talk about like his reservations, but he doesn't give him any advice. It gives him like Dr. Seuss type level. Like if you think you're beaten, you are. If you think you're if you want to win, if you like to win but think you can't and you won't. I
Is
said, sir, what are you
it,
doing?
well,
If
what
you think
Nita,
you'll lose, you
but
lost. I
Nita
said,
in the chat, Nita just said he came in with the coach speech, and I agree with that. Like he
yes,
coming in like he coaching, your basketball team or some kids' football team or something. And that would have
yes, I
been all
have
well
that.
and good if we out there on the field,
Hmm.
but this is not what what Clay needed to
Yeah.
hear at that time. Yeah.
Yes, I had that in my notes too. So I said, huh? It was so funny. As I said after that, I said, huh, sir, actual words and affirmations. This is not, oh, it's so funny that she said, it's so funny that she said,
Hmm.
that's what I had in my notes. I was like, oh, and I don't think that Clay got what he wanted from his dad. So I don't know if that made it harder for him to go to the altar or not. His dad did say like reluctantly that he was proud of him, like in passing, but it was like like even when he said like I love you, and then the dad waited and got to the door, I was just like, oh, child. She had another comment up here that I was gonna look at. Unwavering love for black men, fathers, yes. Cognitive dissonance. He doesn't even think, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And he
he didn't
didn't.
even think. Oh yeah, but yeah, Clay didn't even think his father Papa was even gonna show up. He said he looks so shocked and
And
surprised.
he showed up, but he didn't show up. He didn't show
Mhm.
out. He was physically there, but he did not show up. But you can tell he hasn't been the same. Whatever his father gave him, that's the same thing he turned around and put on his kids. And that's why I know it's
Well, he
not their
said that.
show,
He
but
said his father wasn't there for him. That's what the
I
daddy
know, but I'm
said.
saying,
Yeah.
and then so he turned around and did the same thing to
Well,
Clay,
that
and
usually happens.
yeah, I
Yeah,
wanted the other brothers to speak on it, but like it wasn't their show. But
yeah, and the way I mean, I don't know. For some reason I was thinking maybe they got different mother or father or something. They kind of look a little light skinned, a little different or something. They didn't look anything
yeah,
like
but I
them.
would assume they would have the same
One of the parents, I don't know if it's
father.
there. I'm not really sure, but
I assume it would
I'm
be the same father, or maybe because I don't think that woman had no other kids. That's what I was thinking. Like maybe this is some outside baby,
oh, it may be because
but
he cheated for 17 years out of a
still,
25-year
like
marriage.
what was your relationship with your father? Like were you on cheating trips too? Like did y'all? Yeah.
Mhm.
Because it doesn't matter from Clay's perspective because he has a like later on he says he's a mama's boy, but I feel like he's kind of resentful that she stayed. So it doesn't matter what she, like other than leaving, anything after that, it doesn't matter how good she treated him. Like it was always going to be an issue because of the father. So it's just like,
Mhm, mhm. And this
what
is
more?
going back to what you, Nita, and then agreeing with y'all. This is back to the therapy component. They should
Yes.
have been doing some type of therapy, individually and as a couple prior to
Yep.
us coming to this wedding. It
Mm-hmm.
needs it for every couple, but Clay definitely needs it because he got a lot of childhood trauma, so he definitely
Mm-hmm.
needs it. Yeah.
Yeah. Shannon says she agrees. She thinks Clay is resentful of his mom. And yeah, it was mom because she say too, yep, he has mommy and daddy issues. He does. I got mommy and daddy issues
Mhm.
too, but mine don't ring off like that.
I know,
But
and I can relate to this. My mother
right.
did the same thing. She stayed with my father through all
Mine
of his,
too.
and I love my dad dearly. I'm about to actually go see him. Well, Father's Day weekend, I'm gonna fly down to Florida to go spend some time with him. Yeah, but not child. Yeah, child, I could be on here taking all my business. Yeah, I'm about to spill all my business for a second. But but my story ain't no different than I'm sure
Yeah.
people in this
It's,
chat probably got it. You got everybody probably got some type, of we probably collectively maybe got a similar story when it
it's
comes
a lot
to
of us have the same
yeah, a
stories. And
lot of us.
I don't
Yeah,
mind so much like spilling
yeah,
my parents' tea, but at the same time, like I don't want to spill mine because then I don't want my kids to like wander and he'd be like, you said what about my dad?
yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I know what you said.
We
Yeah,
don't
I
all been
mean,
through some
and
things. I try to watch
yeah,
my
and
mouth.
my mother stayed too, so I definitely understand the why the kids. I used to ask my mother. I assure you, I don't, years when I was younger, I used to ask her, "Why you stay? Why you deal with this? Why you deal with that?" And so,
Yeah.
and
See, we didn't
everybody
start
got
to
their
get into that
reasons.
to my adult years. And I feel like with my mom, it was the whole thing of her not wanting to start all over. And I was like,
It was that.
Lord,
It was
don't let that ever be
financial.
me. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, it was, sometimes it's financial reasons.
Yeah.
Or what's the old song? It's cheaper to keep her, cheaper to keep him, cheaper to keep her. That type of thing. Well,
Hmm.
might as well just stay and um, you staying for the sake of the kids. It's a whole number of reasons, or their mother and father
Yeah.
dealt with it, and their great grands dealt with it. So I'm gonna just put up with it too. It's just become a generational cycle, and then
Yeah.
and then later on we all just messed up.
Yep.
We all
She
just messed
she might
up.
not have known. She said has suspicions, but no. Yeah, that could have been back then because back then you had to do like your real investigative work. Like right now, you can find out everything you need to find out on the cell phone. Cell
Yeah,
phone,
yeah,
but
pretty
back
much.
then
Yeah,
it probably was a lot
pretty
harder.
much on a cell phone there. But back then there was no internet, no cell phone, no this and
Hmm.
that. Yeah, you had to be
That's emotional support.
riding around chasing people behind back then, but
Yeah, that's true.
that's
Yeah, I mean, I definitely
no,
there was a
she might not have known. She might
suspicion.
not have
Yeah,
known. Yeah, she might not have
yeah.
known.
I
Hmm.
think, like you said, suspicions, but no proof. Like she was like, "This ninja is doing something."
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm. But I think
I
she
relate to
might have
Clay part
known
also.
something. I think
Yeah.
she didn't know that Clay was going to the side pieces
Oh, she
homes
didn't
and
know
hanging.
that.
She didn't know
No.
that until now. She knows it
Yeah.
now, and I think that's why that the conversation with the dad
Yes.
was like
Yes.
she was
Because
getting choked up
he
about.
said that before,
But
like
she
on
might have known
episode.
he was not a good husband. I mean,
Yeah.
because she said you wasn't good to me. So
He
I
said
think
that when they came out back to Charlotte, like he was telling AD that he was like, my mom don't know to this day, and I was like, what she do now? So I was glad he said something like
yeah,
during the
because he
show,
put it
and you
on
didn't wait for the
TV.
show to air and crack your mama's whole face. Because I was like, what
Yeah,
you mean she didn't know? So
yes, yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Brandy Yvonne says I relate to Clay's story also with the dad. Yeah, cheating and taking one of the kids. Yeah, I don't bringing your kids into it is just grimy. That's like nasty work,
Yeah,
and they create
yeah. My
mommy
father
issues.
never do that, but
Yeah,
and probably because he had daughters, not a son, so it might have been a difference too why he didn't do that.
yeah.
Um,
Because taking
mm,
your daughters would yeah.
yeah.
That's
Oh
a whole
no,
nother level.
mm. Please. When my mother and father even split up, and he got with a younger woman, which he's still with that lady
Hmm.
today, but when he had got with the younger woman, I was 18 years old, 17, 18 years old. I I ain't want nothing to do with her. I was gritting on her, giving her the side eye and not being nice to her. I mean, now I'm cool. We all right and everything now.
Yeah.
It took a lot of years to get there. Trust me, a lot of years.
Yeah, because
Over
it takes
30
time.
years.
I
It's
feel
been
like
over 30 years to get there. It wasn't
yeah.
no easy thing.
And
But
did you
how
wait until your mom was okay for you to be okay, or were you okay, but like before,
It
after,
it
because
it
sometimes, like,
it
that's the thing too, like,
well, Imma tell you,
you working through your things.
Imma tell you, my mother is probably my mother's getting ready to turn 82 actually next week is her
Mhm.
birthday, and my dad's 83. My mother, I don't think is still over it. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's just when you've known this dude your all your, she knew this dude all her life, you know what I mean, since they were teenagers. So
Yeah.
I don't think that because she never remarried or never got really,
'Cause sometimes
really,
you
really
think you're
serious with
over
nobody
it,
after that.
and then you get a moment and it hits you in the throat, and you be like,
But
"Oh."
it has happened to my mother like that. Yeah, it has
Yeah.
happened. Yeah, yeah, it's happened like that. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. For women, people don't realize for women it's different. Like we internalize these things different. And,
Yeah.
it take a lot of healing, a lot of therapy, a lot of
I was
to
wondering
move
about the
on.
brothers also,
Yeah.
because Clay made it seem like he owned. Yeah, and I saw the sister because I was confused because the sister had the same colors as the bridal party. So when she was standing there talking with the mom and the dad, I was like, which one when I watched it again today and I was like finishing my notes, I was like, oh, that's his sister. Because I was like, why is one of her bridal party standing with his mom and dad? But that was his sister.
Yeah,
And I don't even think that was the same sister that was
yeah,
sitting at
that's
the
what I'm saying.
table.
I think the father got children out that's not with the mom. Children from other relationships or something.
Yeah, but then
'Cause
you should still also have an issue with your dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's the same issue, just different mom. You know what I'm saying? Like Clay's mom is Clay's mom, but y'all all probably got the same dad.
Now
Like, well,
for AD's mom, is all of these her children,
I
or
don't
what
know.
are they in the halves? Because I know
It
her
could
dad's passed away.
her dad is going, and she said she's one of 7 siblings. So I don't know how those numbers shape up. It didn't
Uh,
seem like those were all the mom's daughters from what
because when the mom walked in the room, and I thought it was just me, but one of my friends called me and she said that the mother, they didn't seem like it was like no, it didn't seem
embrace.
like no hugging, no,
Yes,
not with the little girl. Little girl will go up to the grandma. So we just, I
right.
mean, I know it's editing, so I am taking account that they could have edited stuff, but it just didn't seem. It wasn't like how not Jimmy, what's his name, Amy and Johnny. That family, everybody was all loving and
Hugging and
hugging up
kissing
on
and
each other.
crying. Yeah, no, it did seem like those weren't her daughters. Like there was no embrace, air kiss, nothing. Hi, baby, no, nothing. So I was just
Yeah,
like,
I'm thinking that maybe she had siblings from the father, eh, from her
yeah,
his,
because she made it seem like she had daddy issues also, which is why we're here.
yeah.
So here she is in her dress. She looks beautiful. It fits perfect. Like I said, the slit was a little too high for me. That's just my opinion. Her mom is giving her the words that Clay's dad should have given to him, and she's just pouring into her and letting her know, like, we got you. So now I wonder where her brother was, because when her and Clay were having a conversation about this, she was talking about and then, not having her dad was deceased, and he was saying, let your brother support you. So I don't know why her brother wasn't there to walk her down the aisle. She came down by herself. He came down with his mom, talking about he's a mama's boy. And I was like,
Mm.
I guess. And then I was like, how you be a mama's boy? But then I don't know how he would have told her something like that back then. Maybe he had to wait till he was older to spit it out. Um, so now he smiles at her coming down the aisle, but there's no tear, there's no emotion. We get, okay, body. I said, excuse me? That this what? Um, and she's no better. She's like, you see the material. You got that shit
Yeah.
on. These two are so unserious. So he does say she looks beautiful. The pastor, speaks his speech. Shout out to Miss Misha. Clay says, he was reluctant to do the sight unseen part. But she popped out, and I said I could work with that. I said, here we go. He says that she made him a better man. They talked through their issues. They're a fantastic team. Clay got all the words, like his daddy. His daddy talks a whole lot, don't be saying nothing. So she says he's a safe space, a home. They speak the same language, baby. She said a whole lot more than that, but I was like, I'm
And
just not.
that's another thing I don't like too. When you know you're not gonna marry this person, whether it's the women who do it or the man, and this is for all the
Mhm.
seasons, then you go up here and give all these vows. Like what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like so I'm sitting there, I'm holding your hand and I'm crying, and then you're telling me, oh, how much you love me and blah blah blah, all this old stuff, and then you're gonna say, yeah, but I ain't marrying your ass. Come on now. I
I
just
mean,
don't
I'm not gonna lie,
understand.
that's what they do.
Maybe
That's
it's
what they
just
do
me.
every
Maybe it's
season.
just me. A
That's
whole
what
lot
they
of
do
nothing.
every
Yeah. A
season.
whole lot of nothing.
It's not new. It's just because his attitude. I think we're so bothered, and it's a black couple, and we was hoping to get another black couple. But we, I mean, most of us already knew the writing was on the wall. So,
Yeah.
the pastor asked Amber AD first, and she says yes, of course. But we knew this. And now this is where I'm going to pause. And I've been to weddings, and I've been in weddings. Is there like a traditional order for who goes first? Because if there ain't, they should let these
Because
women go first, so
every
they don't.
you're right, because every season, sometimes it's the man, sometimes it's the
Right.
woman, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to think. Let me think. I
And
ain't
that's
been
what I
to a
was thinking.
wedding in
I'm
a
like trying to
long time.
backtrack to weddings. I'm like, I don't remember.
I thought it's the man who go
They
first,
should.
right?
You should not let me be embarrassed because let you say no first, and then I'll be like, oh, oh, you
Come
made
on,
that so much easier.
come on, Nita. I know you know the answer. I don't know. I ain't been. I haven't been in a wedding in a long time. I'm thinking.
Yeah, it
I'm
should be the
thinking it's the
man. Either
man.
way,
Yeah, I'm thinking it's the man. But it seems like every season or so or every couple they
they
flip
flip flop.
flopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not
Yeah,
really
this
sure.
one they did the both the women first, but other seasons they've done the men first. So I
First,
just
yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know. But I really feel like in this experiment, y'all should give the women the courtesy of letting the men go first. So if they gonna say no, then you could just,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
not have to be embarrassed.
And
Now
there's
if they
nothing to
say
talk
yes,
about. All
if
right,
they say
peace
yes
out. I'm
and you
out of
want to
here.
say
Yeah.
no, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now when it's Clay's turn, he says he loves her, but he doesn't think it's responsible to say I do. But he says he'll put in the work, and I know that you'll fight for me. I was like, Negro, please. So she hits him with the clay. What the and her friends' faces with mine, baby. The way
You
I had
see
a
those
picture.
memes that been going around of the family and the friends? Look at the minister was even looking like, bruh, come on there, man. Come on, bruh. That's how the minister was even looking. Like, you come on, you wasting our time here, bruh.
Because the
What are
one
you
friend was
doing?
like, and the other one was looking like, I know you freaking lying. I know you
Yeah,
lying. I said,
when
oh
they them
my
clips
God.
with the family member and the sisters and all, and I love it when she gave a signal to her family, her mother, that all of them raised up at the same time.
Mhm.
I love that, and they all walked out with her at the same time.
Yep. So he says,
And I'm
why did
not
the
saying
time
they
that
ain't go back and forward.
he's like, why does the time matter? She's like, don't do that. Like we had this conversation already. This is what I have in the notes. And she turns to her people. She gets
Mhm.
a hug from Clay's mom while her mom is still holding her hand quite tight. And then they turn around and get in formation and take their asses up
They
on
got
out of
that's the
there.
word, formation. They got in formation, and everybody stood up. But I did like that Clay's mother, hugged her and
Yes.
everything.
Her
Um,
mama was like, I'm not letting his hand go. Yep, you can hug her. You the girl, Margarita, but I'm gonna hold on to my baby because your son ain't shit. They got
mhm,
in
mhm. And
formation
she
and they
did tell her
filed
son that,
out.
don't be forced to make a decision if you're not ready.
Yeah.
And because the mother, Clay's mother,
Mm-hmm.
she's saying this marriage is serious. So if you're not ready, but this is what I'm saying, marriage is serious. So if you're not ready, I'm okay that Clay or any of these couples that we have been talking about, I'm okay that you don't want to marry. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with that. Because maybe you
I'm
ain't
just
the
gonna
one
put this up
anyway.
here for a
But
second.
don't embarrass. I just don't think why go to the altar and do this. That's why I know
It's
that's
been
the
their
concept of the
formula,
show,
but
but
I
I don't.
feel
They
like
need to get rid of that.
it's been their formula, but I feel like there have been some of them that have had this conversation prior and gave their partner a heads up. And I feel like you always should. Like I should always know what your answer is gonna be before you get there instead of getting there and surprised, like, oh, we're gonna wait till you get there now. We're
Yeah,
not. So
I just don't
I'm
like
gonna
that
put these.
concept. That's the only thing that irritates me is that you get to the I mean, of course it make juicy, conversation for us and we all into the,
Yeah.
but but I just thinking you shouldn't do that because
Then that's a lifelong thing that's gonna freaking piss you off. We're gonna put this up here with AD saying I see red flags and just paint my nails red, and that's a red flag for me. But I'm such a fixer hoe that I would be like, that's okay.
what? I'm such a fixer hole that I
Yes, this is from the first couple episodes of the pod. So we're gonna sit there right there as she says that he wasted her
wow.
time, but we all know that he did her a favor and all the signs were there, but she ignored them. And also he could have I said, also, the same thing we were saying, he could have done her the favor and handle it like Jimmy and not let her get to the altar. Also, Netflix has some firing to do because there's two things about the show. You are there to get married, and there is a deadline. So all of the shit that Clay said, like, how are you even on this show? Like, you're on the show to be married. There's a time deadline. Like, I don't know how you thought you were
Well,
getting
remember
around.
the guy Shake said the same thing. Remember, Shake did that same thing. He's like, well, why does it have to be right now? Why we gotta rush it to? I mean,
Yep, let's take this one down, put this one back up. So we back in the bridal suite. She's going through it, and I also need Netflix not to allow children at these weddings anymore because I needed them babies out of the room while she was crying and carrying on.
yeah.
So she says that she's never enough, and I was like, ugh, I got my feelings were so hurt. I'm like,
I was
therapy,
really my eyes
therapy.
welled up for yeah.
Work some more therapy because our friends are telling her, you're always enough. The other person is enough. You just haven't met your person, which that's what it is. But once you get to that, once you get to therapy, you'll see that yourself. We got Margarita. She's MVP. She's talking to Clay. She's telling him, not to force. And I do. And I feel like the same thing you were saying. She's sparing the future ADs of the world, because your son's not ready. Don't tell any woman that you're ready and you're not ready. No I do's until you're ready. So his dad gives him some BS speech and says he's proud. And I said, Ninja, please. So Clay says they have a great relationship, but it wasn't enough. He says he brushed off finances, but he didn't when he didn't understand hers. And I said, then what were y'all talking about this whole time? I said, that's such a cop out. So he said he asked himself,
what about the finances?
He says that he has said something like finances are the part of it. He said he brushed off the finances when he didn't understand hers. That's what he said. Inga's like, what?
Wait, okay, like you said, what have y'all been talking about then? Because ain't so much making love you're gonna be doing. After a while, we need to sit down. Let me see your bills. Let me see your account. What we doing?
Hours in the pods. Y'all had all of these hours in the pods. Y'all went to the DR. There was this. You had all of this time before you got back to Charlotte with the distractions and the work and everything. Y'all had all of this time,
right?
And you just he's just sat there in the men's, like the little the groom suite.
But maybe they was having problems with her schedule and them having time to spend time with each other. Remember, that was an issue there too.
Yeah, well, she said she had problems with his schedule. He never said he had problems with her because he said
it was problems with her. It was probably with him. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, because she said she can make it work.
He didn't want to make nothing work. He didn't want to put in nothing. So he asked himself, am I a husband? No. Am I deeply in love? No. And then he goes to talk to AD. He asks if she's okay. She's like, that's a bizarre question for somebody to ask. So he apologizes and he says that she struggled with it. She's like, I get it. And I said, words were in my notes, words. He says it breaks his heart seeing her like that. She's perfect, but he wasn't ready. He's not rejecting her. He asked for a hug. And she obliges. And also, they kiss. And she's like, what am I?
She shrugged her shoulder. She was like, sure.
Yeah. Okay, she's like, what am I?
I wouldn't have been giving him no hug. I would tell him, get out of my face.
She hugged that man.
Now, I'm too upset. I don't want to be.
She held the back of his head.
I'm too pissed off. I'm sad. I'm angry. You embarrass me. I don't want no hug. Leave me alone.
I
Deuces.
agree.
I'd have been like, what he tell her that we can we're not broken up. We can still be together. We don't have to rush it right now.
She held the back of that man's head, let that man kiss her. I said, oh, and then she's like, oh, I said, ma'am, you said that you were leaving. You said that you were not going to date. And that's not what we're seeing now because she just told him on like the last episode, I'm good with a yes or no, but like we're not about to date after. I'm like, this is not what we're doing now. So he says he'll go to therapy. But I believe Sharonda from Pair Weight said that when she interviewed him, he had not been to therapy. I was like, yeah, that tracks. She said she tried her best and he doesn't want her to think anything else. She says she feels that she was a sacrifice for him to learn about himself and she feels like he used her to do it. And I said, yeah, he did. So he's like, do I have to leave? I don't want to go. I was like, bye, Clay. Bye, sir. And I said, Wale was right. I meant to get Wale's quote to put it up here with my slides and I forgot. So AD says she does so much for these men and it's not enough in her confessional. And I said, that's the problem. She says she's not going to beg him to pick her, but she also says like, basically if she had it to do all over again, that she would have chose him. I think that was like later on at the end. And then we get to Mama Margarita's
Wait a minute.
speech.
She said if she could do it all over again, she still would choose him.
Yeah, she would.
Mm.
There was more to it. I think I have it later in the notes. Like basically she wouldn't change nothing. Like there was nothing that he would do. She was always going to say yes. So
And that's why they is word on the curb. They still together now. I think I saw a
yep.
video that was floating around.
Yes.
Mm.
So I wish I could play the Mama Margarita speech, but she tells Tricky Trevor that Clay struggles with the marriage. Is it sacred? He took his twisted feelings to the altar. She says he needs to explain and apologize. Do not make excuses, just apologize so closure can be had. Like whole time she's talking, I'm clapping, I'm crying, I'm screaming, I'm yelling. And it looks like Clay finally did tell his mom before this aired. I said hallelujah because I was
And that's
worried.
why she was pissed.
Yeah,
That's
so
why
he said,
that's why she talked to him the way she did.
yeah, he says,
Mhm.
he knows she stayed. No, she stayed, but he saw. Oh, this was Clay was saying that he knows that the mom stayed, but he saw things that he ought not have seen. I agree, but
Yeah.
been put in a difficult position. Is marriage real, or do you get into it and lie and deceive? Is what the mom feels like he took to the altar with him. So the dad comes with his
Mhm.
freaking crocodile tears down here on the bottom and says that he didn't have the best role models in his life. And she's like, listen, I forgave you. And then things came out recently and I'm hurt. Although we came from broken families, doesn't mean we have to pass the brokenness on to our kids. And I said,
Right,
amen.
right.
Then the slick ass daddy gonna say, Clay needs to meet someone like you. And Miss
She said, "Yeah,
Margarita
you did. You had
gathered
me."
his ass up really quickly. She said, you met me, but you wasn't good to me. And I said, protect that woman at all costs, because she
Mhm.
read the fuck out of him. She
Yeah,
wanted to hit
yeah.
him with a 5-piece, but she turned
That's what I
around.
said. I mean, if I know this not that type of show, it's not Love and Hip Hop, but I was waiting for her to get her purse and bust him upside his head. You know what I'm
Give
saying?
him
Get out of my face. You
a
know?
James St. Patrick, Tasha mush, something. Mush that and get in the head.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I felt so sad for her and and I was angry at the same time. I had all the
Yeah.
emotions going on.
Yes,
Oh,
I was, like I said, I was crying, screaming, yelling,
me too.
cursing.
Me
I
too.
was like, oh my,
Mhm.
like, because it was a conversation that needed to be had. Like we were saying earlier, you could tell that she's healed, but she's like, a little upset because the
But the trauma come
new
back up. If you got
revelation.
some new information from something
Yeah.
from your that you didn't know about, you're gonna be upset all over again. You
Yes, and she
know?
definitely was. She looked like she was trying to struggling to hold it together because she looked like she went ball up them fists, but
Yeah.
she was
And I
cool,
didn't
calm, and
think that Clay
collected.
looked like he was upset enough. He didn't seem like he didn't seem like he was hurt for hurting her. He was like,
He's his
yeah,
father.
well,
He's his
it
father's
was almost
child.
like it is what it is. Get over it type. That's how I feel he took it.
He's his father's child. The father doesn't show any emotions or any like emotional, and he said that was one of the things that he had to work on too, was like his emotional aspect because he doesn't have any. It's just Brandy says she was tired of I was tired of dad's excuses too. So
Oh,
they
the
give
dad
us
is
Clay's
just garbage. Yeah, the dad is
final
garbage.
thoughts, and he said that he didn't understand the magnitude of his decision. He feels foolish. I said, Clay, please. AD says love is blind, and then like what I said earlier, but she says nothing he could have said would have made her change her answer. Her heart is
Mm.
broken. She is crying in the rolls and
Yeah.
waiting for it to be her turn. I would say, okay. So
Mm.
then I gave us the one last final scene. We have Amy and Johnny, they're partying it up. They're all, speeches and hugs, and it was beautiful. And I had in my notes, like you said, AD and Clay have been spotted together online. So who knows what that could mean? But the streets is saying that the women are lined up and waiting in the wings to see if they are still together. Because if that's what's revealed on the reunion, they're about to air him out. So
Just like they say it's all over now, it's all over the place saying that Trevor had a
Trevor.
girlfriend all along.
Yeah, and it looks like
Or he might have just broke up with the girl right before he came on the show, so he didn't really.
well, the rumor was he was, and the girl explained it like they had just got together. He was called for the show. They continued to date while he went on the show.
Yeah, that's what.
So
Yeah,
they were
something like
dating
that.
while he
Yeah.
went on the show. He came home. They were still together. Then I think he went on Perfect Match, which we haven't even seen season 2 for that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
Yeah, I
like
heard about that show. I haven't
I
seen it
don't
yet,
want to
but I've
call
seen
them.
clips on.
Yeah, I don't want to call them the rejects, but the people from Love Is Blind and all like the different Netflix shows.
Yeah.
But she said after that happened, I think she still came home. He didn't even make it on the dates. And then right before this show aired, he broke up with her and threatened, like, if you tell anybody, I'ma put up these tapes for your whole family to see. And I said, isn't that a crime? But go off, sir. Go off.
Mm, mm, mm. The
So it
reunion gonna
looks
be
like they're
something
gonna
else.
address it, but who knows? I thought
Mm.
that was disproven that Jimmy has a girlfriend. I thought that the girl that they said that wasn't, unless it's another girl, because folks be coming,
And I'm
they
gonna tell
be
you,
popping out.
Chelsea. If I was a guy, I wouldn't want to be dating Chelsea based on what I see on this show. Because I'm like, I'd be scared to be with her. She seemed crazy. She just,
She gives
oh,
unstable,
yeah, unstable.
and
So I
now,
mean, if I know somebody for everybody, she'll find somebody. But
yeah, now she's getting
mm,
upset and doing all these different. I haven't watched any of them, but Instagram, TikToks, and stuff saying that, like, she been to therapy, something, that she I got a bad edit and all the other stuff that they start saying,
yeah,
and
no,
I'm
no, forget that edit stuff. It's you. Everybody says that on all these reality shows. They say it on the Housewives
I'd have been
and Love
sitting
and
there
Hip Hop. All
texting
that. They all
him,
say
cursing him out, or writing on a piece of paper. You're not gonna get me on the show talking crazy, like, and I just feel
no.
so
They only can
uncomfortable.
use what comes out your mouth and how you act. So yeah, they do some crazy editing, but
They do.
the stuff you say
That's
is
what I'm
your
saying.
word.
You wouldn't have caught me saying nothing. Now you might have got
Hmm.
a text message or two, or I look, I
Hmm.
got this piece of paper. She had wrote "F you ninja" on this
Yeah.
piece of paper. Oh, Jeremy with the weird
Oh,
spelling. She meant Jeremy.
yeah.
Yeah, Jeremy.
It's like
Yeah,
Jer. How you say
Jeremey.
A
I
M E Y?
kept having
Yeah,
to rewrite it. I
yeah.
said,
It's I mean it's pronounced Jeremy, but it's spelled different. But anyway,
yeah, yeah,
he. Oh yeah, I heard he had a girlfriend too.
yeah.
See, they're gonna have to redo this show. They're gonna have to really do some
That's
vetting
because they're
better.
reaching out to people in their IGs instead of just sticking to the people that want to be on the show. Which I wouldn't even trust them all the way, but I'll at least rather you audition or write in to be on it than
And
I'm
you know
reaching
what
out
the
to you
show
in the
is about
DM.
by now. If you're in season 6, you've seen the
Yeah,
previous seasons, so you know what it's
they're
about.
gonna have to.
I understand season 1 because that was
Right.
they were the first ones. But
Hmm.
after you've seen maybe even season 2, I can understand if you don't know what's going on. But by seasons 3, 4, and 5, now 6, you've seen the other episodes. You've seen it before you came on there. You ain't coming on there, totally
Yeah, at the
blind.
very least by four. Because I don't know about one, but I think the other ones they did like in batches, like 5 and 6, 3 and 4. So at the very least by four, like you shouldn't get all of this way. But they're gonna need to like figure out, like, if we find out that you had a girlfriend recently, because we're not gonna go look at your page. We're gonna go look at her page. If we find out you had a
Yeah, they
girlfriend
need a
or
private investigator to
fiance
investigate all
recently,
this stuff.
it's gonna be a no.
Right,
So
right.
so next up, we have this reunion. It's coming next week. I don't think I'm gonna do it Sunday. I feel like I might do it Thursday night after like Nita and them's live, because I don't want to, like, a reunion. I don't want it to be like so far away. I even had the reluctancy with having this one so far away. But what do you think that you want to see them address most? Because we were having this conversation. They don't never get to what you want them to get to. But
Um, we didn't mention it, but what you think about the AD when she had that conversation with Sarah Ann? She laid into her tail, didn't she? Which
look, I liked it.
me too.
I liked it.
Me
But
too.
it was a conversation that Laura should have had, and then everybody was upset with her because of Laura and Bean Dip Gate. Like, that girl just said to, Bean Dip you,
Oh,
so why would you
yes, the
then turn
bean
around?
dip thing, and then also
Yeah,
Jimmy was sexualizing it. But this is what they do to black women anyway. Black
yeah,
women who got curves, hips and behind and everything, they definitely sexualize us all the time like that.
yeah.
So
And
this
she
is
kind of
not
feeds
new.
into it because she was a cheerleader, so she doesn't really seem to mind. I
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and
hate to paint her with
At
that
least
paintbrush.
Jimmy didn't keep going on with it.
No.
He complimented
Well,
her
he tried to be slick
and
and
then he
go over
left
there
it
and say
alone.
it
But
to
the other
Chelsea.
guy went on too long with the other one with the bean dip thing and all. That was
Yeah.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Jimmy tried to be slick and go over there and say something to Chelsea, and thought that she wasn't, and then her little insecure self,
Oh yeah, actually you're right because he said it just to Chelsea and Chelsea
yeah,
ran over and said something. Yeah, you're right.
And he didn't even say AD. He was
She's
like, that girl.
insecure.
He was like, that girl is stacked. And she was like, oh, who AD? AD. I was like,
I know, I know.
you so
Now,
insecure.
now I hear that what's her name? Jessica is gonna be on that show called the what's the one
Perfect
you just
match.
Perfect Match. Yeah, I
Yes.
heard it on a podcast that she's supposedly called to go on that show or something. But no, I love that
I
conversation
have
she had with
kind of,
Sarah Ann. I mean, she laid into it, and then they had a nerve to go get on the jet skis, and it was just, oh, Laura was pissed. Laura wanted to fight. If it wasn't for them cameras being there, I think she would have dragged her all across that beach,
yeah,
across
she
that
didn't speak
little
up and say anything. She just talked shit to everybody else in Jeremy. She didn't say nothing to that girl, which was what I found was crazy. But okay, go off, sis.
Well, you know something. Really, it's no need to get into a fight with the woman.
No, not get into a fight, but
Your
you
allegiance
didn't
is
say
with the
anything
guy.
to her.
You
No,
know,
not a fight, but you didn't say anything. Like that was hella inappropriate. Them
yeah,
DMs, but go off, sis. Like you didn't say
yeah,
anything.
yeah. No, and it's funny how AD says something to Sarah Ann. Sarah
Hmm.
Ann gets upset, tells Jeremy she needs to be worried about her own relationship. And then look what happened to AD. Is I don't want to say some karma or something, but that was kind of Sarah Ann probably was watching this saying, see, that's what you get, putting your nose in my business and your relationship is raggedy. So I don't know.
Brandy says, not Jeremy wearing a Hawaiian shirt to the reunion to piss Laura off. Yes, let's get into this.
Oh yeah,
This
I
a little
know.
bit into this reunion. So Laura didn't even show up. I think she was there. She was in
Or by
Spain.
video
She
or
started
something.
there by like little FaceTime Zoom type situation. So we
Yeah.
can start first and talk about some of these looks. We got up top, we have red dress that is, why am I forgetting everybody's names?
Is that Jessica?
Jessica. That's Jessica.
Okay.
What do you
Okay.
think about Miss Jessica's dress
I mean, that
here?
looks about right. I mean, what Jimmy excuse me, Jimmy called her Kim Kardashian sort of look alike. So that's something those Kardashian girls will wear. So that looked like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not I wouldn't wear it, but that
Yeah.
look about right on her. Look on point for her, you know.
She just looks so off from everybody else. Like first of all, her body is in good, it's in good shape, but this dress is not fitting properly and it just doesn't look, everybody else looks more like formal and there for the occasion, and this looks like more like you said Kardashian casual. I just
Yep,
threw
like she going
my skins
like she
on.
at the beach or something. I mean,
Yes.
yeah, like you like she going to Dominican Republic for the beach.
Yes, to match homeboy
Mhm.
directly beneath her, which is Jeremy, which Brandy just said he got his Hawaiian shirt on.
Sure, yeah,
To
just to
piss
piss
off
off Laura.
Laura.
Yeah,
He,
he said he
sir,
wasn't giving a piss of wine shirts.
sir, why?
Mhm.
Why? He looks so unserious, so casual, so casual Fridays. I said, whatever.
Mhm.
Then we got back up top, we have Jimmy. He looks okay. I'm glad he don't have them tight. Oh, I don't even have them loaded.
Oh,
His
them tight pants he was
them
wearing.
tight pants, no
Yeah.
socks, and the little, I says,
Yes,
"What
I
are
don't know. A
you
lot of these
wearing?"
guys like that look with them skin tight pants on and the ankles showing. I don't understand what's going
Yeah.
on. But
None of the men were really killing it for the reunion, but his was casual. I'm okay with it. He didn't look how he looked before, so we'll
mm,
give him a gold star for him. Next to him, Chelsea. I like this dress. If we would get rid of that fur, looks ridiculous. The black and gold is giving me like Great Gatsby, but the fur, I just,
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, it looked too formal. You know, I don't know. I'm
Everybody
not.
else was formal except for
I don't really
Jessica.
like the fur either. So
Yeah. Clay looked like he got on his doggone same suit from the wedding darn near. It's just, it's cool. But his
really, yeah,
tie
yeah,
will be a little tighter. I like ADs. It's the body is bodying, it's fitting and sitting. It's a
yeah.
little sheer for some people's taste, but it's
But
AD, so
she
we'll
always looks
allow it.
good though. She always looks good.
She
Hmm.
does. She does.
She got a nice
Then
body.
below AD, we have Johnny again. The men look, they look
Yeah,
okay. They don't look horrible. The only one that looks really crazy is Jeremy, if you ask me. Next,
yeah, he just out of place. He look like he going on to a beach too. Just like vacation.
if we cut them two out, everybody else looks like they go together.
Hmm.
If we
Hmm.
cut out the first two, the other
Well,
everybody
I
else
like to
looks
hear.
just like
I really would like to hear from Kenneth to find out what really what was the real reason.
What
Did
was
y'all
the reason?
Yeah, what was the reason why y'all just didn't connect? Like I think they did must have edited some stuff out. We missing some pieces to it
Um,
can't be just because of what AD said to him. Like what was that you wasn't feeling her once you saw her, you ain't like the way she looked. What was it? So hopefully they
I don't
hopefully
know. I think it could have been the black white thing. We don't really
it
want to
might be.
come out
It
and
might
say
be.
that, but
Yeah, but I wanted to
there's
say it
also
though.
there's speculations that he's seeing somebody else. I'm not going to get into the other speculation because I don't know anything about that man, but there's that.
Oh,
We're going to see what
I'm sure that once these people come home, I mean, get back to their regular life, their DMs probably blowing up, and then they all a lot of them start becoming social media influencers and all kinds
yes.
of stuff and getting podcasts and because I started doing my rabbit hole digging. There's a lot of them on podcasts and they all doing all kind of stuff. So
Yeah, I need them to
he
get a
probably
little
dating somebody
better.
else.
I need them to get a little better with these NDAs and not let them do all these interviews and put out all this information until,
I know
like,
because how's I'm
certain
finding out information
episodes
about
are
stuff
wrapped.
that yeah, they
Yep.
should do better. So
And they've been doing that the last couple of seasons. I'm like, ugh. And sometimes I go down the rabbit hole, then I'd be mad because I'm like, there's one story time with Ricky on TikTok. She had put out a video. She's like, this is 100. We were at this is episode 12. So we may be at like episode 6 or 7. She was like, I have spoilers on who's getting married, who's not gonna get married, who's gonna make it to the altar. She's like, I'm telling you right now, I just bookmarked it. I'm like, I don't want to know. So I saved it. And then after I watched this, I went back. I said, okay, maybe she must
and
get
turns
advanced
out she was
copies.
right. See,
Yeah,
yeah,
she was right about everything. So I said she must get advanced copies. Like I know some of the influencers do.
yeah, yeah.
So we have next to Johnny, we have his better half, Amy, and her little red, giving us a little Jessica Rabbit with her little
Mm-hmm.
gloves. I thought that was cute. It's cute. I don't know too much about the glove. This is okay.
I'm not
Uh,
a glove person. I'm not
yeah.
into
Well,
gloves like that. Gloves going up the arm. Yeah.
she's got the little. Her hands are out, but
And
it's
she got
cute.
small arms. I got old, like I got some meat on my arm, so
Yeah, I
ain't
got that. I got
ain't
little
have
bat
no
ones myself.
gloves going up the arm like that. Yeah, it's cute
Then
for
next
her.
to
It's cute
her,
for her.
we got Kenneth, Pastor Kenneth, looking like, I don't know where he going in this suit. They say he looked like Marvin Sapp. I said, yeah, I could kind of see that. And then
Mm-hmm.
lastly, next to him is child, about to call her Jessica, Brittany. And I think she
Oh,
looks
Brittany,
amazing. I like her
she look
dress. I like
good.
the little
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
detail on it. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do.
I actually wish we could have saw more of their relationship. We did, by the time they came home, got to the apartment, it was over with. So
Yes.
we didn't see much of any interaction. What was going? That's why we need more content, from
Hmm.
them. Like we need to find out from this reunion what happened, why'd y'all break up, what was going. I'm not saying y'all had fights, but what was it
Yeah.
that just pulled y'all apart?
Yeah. We need to get a little bit more from the two of them, but
Yeah, because really we got mostly everything from everybody. We didn't get
yes.
anything from them.
Because they didn't
So
they didn't even meet anybody. Like everybody else had met like parents or friends. They didn't meet
yes,
anybody. They moved
that's
they
right.
moved in. He was on his phone. They broke up.
Yeah,
The
because when
end.
she
I
was
was like,
unpacking her luggage and everything, putting stuff away, he wasn't been more paying attention. He was into his phone. You know, she was like, "Hello, you hello?" And he said, He was ain't paying her no attention. So,
yeah. Then the next thing we saw was a
um,
wrap because I had to rewind. I said, wait a minute. Then I
I
thought we
thought I
were
had
going
missed something. Yeah, me
to
too.
the
I
end
had
of
to
the episode.
rewind.
I said, we're not going to
I
circle
thought I
back to
missed
that. They
something.
just broke up and that's it. Oh,
It
okay.
was yeah. Um, I mean, AD probably she probably ended up going back. You know what? She's because from what the streets are saying, they still together. So if that's the case, it's not surprising to me because I just like I told you, I just got finished a couple days ago watching season 2. Not see no.
Season
I
3,
did watch. Oh no, let me take that back. I told you wrong. I saw seasons 1, 2, and 3. I'm getting ready to start 4.
4.
So I did
Mhm.
see season 3. So I saw 1, 2, and 3. In season 3, you had another situation so similar to AD and Clay. the African guy, SK and Raven, and he ended it with her. I knew that I thought she was gonna be the one to say
I did too.
no. I thought it was gonna be her. I was shocked that it was him because he the one who seemed like he was like like I had this Nigerian wedding and the whole Nigerian theme and the whole everything Nigerian. And I was screaming at my TV, girl, don't run, don't do it, run. I was
And
every
then was
day
that
I
with the
watched it. Every day I would
was
watch
that
an
the one
episode.
with the mom on the phone, but you never heard the mom on the phone? But she didn't
No,
want
the
to talk
mother
to her.
was in the oh yeah, her parents, her family wasn't involved at all.
No,
Raven's
but
family was involved, but
his
his
mom
family
was
was there.
his
His
brother and sister were there. Remember, the mom wouldn't talk to her, meet with her. He would be talking to his mom on the phone, but we never heard the mom.
no, that's not them. No,
That
that's
wasn't
not.
SK.
No, because SK's mother was there. She the one. She was the one
Which
who
look?
tied her hair up with the Nigerian scarf and
That was the
all that
sister.
kind of stuff.
I
And
think that was
yeah,
the sister.
no, that was the sister was there too. The sister was there too. I
Look,
just
you know
want
you got me confused. Chime in the chat. What? I'm getting my Africans confused.
this is African. Okay, I'm watching season 4 now. There's an African on there named
Oh, you know who I think
Kwame.
I'm getting you
There's an
confused with?
African on season 4 named Kwame.
That's
I'm
yeah.
talking about season 3. His name was SK. He was going to
I think that's
college.
okay. Yeah, I'm confused. Look,
Yeah.
I'm confusing my Africans. I'm sorry, my people. Like, don't come for my neck. I'm confusing them. Yeah, it was the next. It was the following season. You ain't got to that yet. That's why you know what I'm talking about. You're
Yeah,
like, girl, no, he
I
was
just
there.
started. I'm like at the beginning when everybody get to
Yes.
know each other and stuff.
Okay.
So I'm
So check
but
back in.
I saw season 3. Yeah, I had to text you when I finished season 4. Season 3, they
Yeah, see, yeah. So
yeah,
she
you
said, you
think
think
it's
of
okay.
Chelsea and
See,
Kwame?
I
Yes.
just
I know I was
yeah,
getting somebody. I'm like,
yeah, Brandy, I just started season 4, so I know who Kwame is. So but I don't know all the stories yet. It's just because I'm at the beginning.
yeah.
But
Thank you, Brandy. I was like,
that's season 3, SK and Raven. She was the
and they
real
got back
pretty
together.
light skinned girl, long. She was a Pilates instructor, always
Pilates
exercising
by
all the
Raven.
time
They got back together only to break up again.
because he cheated on her.
Yep.
Well, she's in Dallas and he was in Berkeley, California in grad school. And I don't mean no, and he come from a polygamous family because he got 17 sisters and brothers because the father was spreading his seed around, and the mother probably is one of many wives. I mean, no disrespect to the
I
Nigerian
know because
culture,
I said
but
lately with my
that's part
Africans.
of a lot of their culture.
Yeah.
And I would have never married not
Mm-mm.
me. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I mean, I just don't. I think if you into
But
your
they have
African
like
culture that
stature
heavy,
because they have stature. You have to be like a certain level because my dad's friend is African. He was into the African religion. I think he was converted because he's American. He grew up with my dad in Brooklyn. So he got into the culture, but I think you have to be a certain stature to have the wives. Like I don't think just any old person could just have
yeah,
multiple
I don't
wives.
know if it's any old person. Yeah, maybe the father
Yeah,
must be back in their village. He
like a
probably,
priest or something.
maybe, yeah. But I
Y'all can
just
check
think if
in and let
you
me know if I'm
yes,
wrong.
SK was season 3. Yeah, I think if you
Yeah.
I'm screaming at my TV saying, "No, girl, don't do it," because I felt like she was almost pressured into doing it. You know,
Yeah, I didn't
because
think she was gonna do it.
yeah, I mean, but she was going to end up. She said, "I do first," and then he said, "I don't." You know,
I
so
do not.
I do not. That's what he said. I do not. Yeah, I do
I
not.
was like,
But yeah, you got the African drums going and all the headdress and the whole thing. You like, but first of all, he was going to be in grad school for 2 years. She was
yes.
going to be in Dallas. That wasn't going to probably work out for one thing, and
But
then
that's the
two,
same thing. I hate to say it, like that's probably why I'm confusing my Africans because we got Kwame the next with Kwame and Chelsea, where we thought he was gonna also say no.
mm,
Spoiler alert, he says yes. They had the same issue of something with the school, and
with the
then I don't
culture
know.
stuff. Yeah, I just
Or at
think
least no, wait,
sometimes if
I
you're
might
heavy
be
into your
confusing them
culture like
too.
that, you need to stick with somebody that's in your
Yeah.
culture because trying to bring an American person into your culture like that, especially if you used to being an independent woman doing your own
Mhm.
thing, you're not sitting up there
No, see,
making
look, I'm confusing my seasons again. It wasn't him with the school. It was uh SK and Milton with the school. You ain't got to him yet.
Mm.
I'm confused at my school people. I'm like, oh, you people living in different states got my head spinning. But they should, like,
Yeah.
if that's your culture, you shouldn't be on the show because
Yeah, or hook up with another Nigerian woman. Hook
but
up
it's
with
Love is
another
Blind, so you're
Nigerian
not
woman.
supposed to be doing that.
That's-
Look, you see
no,
Shake,
since this family got arranged,
he didn't
they
date
could do
the Indian
arranged marriage in
sisters,
their culture,
and
you
she didn't
know.
date the Indian brothers, and they got together, and it was a hot mess.
Oh yeah, Shake and Deep.
And
He
Deep Deep,
did Deep
neither
wrong.
one of them
Oh, he
dated
did
her.
her wrong. I was so pissed that he did her like that. I did not like that. He talked so bad about her shape, her talked everything about her. Talking
I
about,
was like, well, she ain't got no kids. I'm like, sir, you should see my body. Shoot, her body looked fine to me.
it was nothing but she had lost a bunch of weight.
To like lose weight
Um,
and stuff too. Yeah,
yeah, and and then he said, I'm used to dating white girls, blonde hair, blue eyed white girls.
she was
So
used to dating white boys too, though.
and she was used to dating white boys too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so
But she gave it a try, and she was all in, and he was not. And I felt so like I was.
no,
That
but I
was so.
mean
That season was
they
so
got the
cringy.
same culture. I mean, yeah, it must be some reason. Maybe he don't want somebody just like his mom. He don't want. I don't know,
Yeah,
but
he had something about it was like his aunt, like kissing his auntie or something.
that's what he said. It was just, but he kept saying on camera, and he said it behind the scenes. So people were going around and telling her. That's why she came to the altar and said, and she told him off. She said, "I deserve better." She told him
She got
off.
her little
You
speech
know.
together. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
wait till she get the season. Wait till she get to season 5. I mean, look, take your time because after
Oh
this,
no, no.
that's what we
I'll
got.
be watching them while I'm working. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be going I have it on my iPad
Then
and
we
I
can
just be
make you go
watching
all
it.
the way down the rabbit hole. You can do the
So
ultimatum, and then the ultimatum, the queer edition, and then perfect match. That's only this one episode. I mean, one season of ultimatum, one season of ultimatum queer edition, and one season of perfect match. We supposed to be
mm,
getting more seasons, but
mhm,
that's the ones
mhm.
that I watch. Like I
Yeah.
haven't watched The Circle. I haven't watched
I haven't watched The Circle even. Yeah.
what's the other one with some of
Is
the
The
people from
Circle
Circle
similar to
that
Love is Blind? What is that about? I hear about it, but
I don't know.
so yeah, I'm
I
not
don't
really
think so. I
sure.
don't think those are dating shows. Too hot or not, too hot for something. I think that's like a dating one that some of them
Mhm.
was on because it's all the
Yeah.
Netflix shows.
I
The
don't know
Perfect
why I
Match.
be watching these dating shows. It's
Then
just
you got Love
entertainment
Is
because half the time we
Blind,
know.
Sweden, Love Is Blind, Brazil, Love It. Like I haven't watched any of the ones outside the U.S.
Oh no, I ain't doing all. That's just too many. Then that's just too
My
many. Yeah.
Twisted Life and Poetry, my Twisted Life TV, I think her channel is now. I don't think she recaps them, but she watches like the other countries, and she said those are actually better than our Love is
Oh,
Blind.
okay.
I,
Okay.
I, just,
Now,
I tried, I turned one
would,
on.
would you like a Love Is Blind, all black cast?
I would, but they won't do it. Somebody
No,
told me
they're
go
not
watch
gonna.
Ready to Love.
Yeah, I mean, and that's
They
what we do.
won't
We
do it
watch
because
Ready to
then we're
Love.
doing the whole thing of Love is supposed to be blind, but now you're saying it's an all black cast. So I don't know because they were saying they also wanted a Love is Blind queer edition, and they're like, wait, how you gonna house them? I said I never even thought about that. So we may not get that, but we have the ultimatum queer love, which they got all the way messy. I was like, these queer folks is messy. But
Mm-hmm,
yeah, I mean,
mm-hmm.
I would love to see it because I feel like Netflix gives us the whole thing of playing in our face, and they give us 30 people. Because the last season one, no, I think it was the season before that.
And
I did all the people that they gave us was going to be on the show because it's like 30 people. But then you don't see all those people. They be in the
but
background.
that was what I was gonna say to you next. Why we don't see some of the other people, even if they don't work out, but we don't even really see them. They just like they next thing you know, just fade away.
Yeah.
So
I
I
think it was
mean,
the last season of Love is Blind. Look, shout out to all
we
my
see them when they
YouTubers.
show up later on for the party or something. When they come
Yeah.
back, yeah.
Oh, hold on. Here we go. I was going to say my nose has made it the whole video, and now here it goes, about to run down my face. Jessie Woo, she
Oh, I know
had
her. Yeah.
an interview last season with all the black girls or almost all of the black girls from last season. I think I reposted it on my community tab, and I was like, yes. And they were just telling you about their experience, and they kind of get set up in a way because they only matched them with a certain amount of people, and then some people like on this season, how I said they were cheating. I think Brandy Vaughn was saying the same thing, that they were cheating, trying to figure out what the person on the other side looked like. They were basically saying there's a lot of that going on, and then people will like kind of like vote you out, well, not, check you off, and then they're done with you.
I
Like,
guess you only got a certain amount of time because you're only in there for like about a week, right? So you got a
yeah,
certain amount of time to
yeah,
either
like
connect with
maybe 10
somebody right
days.
away, or you don't.
And
I
then it
guess you got.
depends what your name is, because when you have a name like Kwame, who is going to go by Alex, when you have SK, maybe not, but when you have a name like Kwame or Uche, you're getting up to his season, or these African names. What else are you going to be? Like AD, even if she went by Amber, if she didn't do Desiree, Amber Desiree, if she just said Amber, you might not have known what she was. So she started talking, because even her tone, you can't pick her ethnicity.
No, because she
You
could
just
talk.
started had
Yeah.
to ask some, do you like hot sauce, and like random, random
Mhm.
questions. But they was really trying this season. Even when Brittany and
Mhm.
Kenneth, she was like, I think you're a black guy. Yeah, he is.
And she said she dated black guys before,
She
I
said,
don't think that was the issue for her. I just think some kind of way. I think it was an issue for him. This was his first time dating a white girl, so
yes.
I
I
wonder
saw
how he thought his family was gonna feel. See, I think that's why I'm saying we need some more story because
that
did
was
his
kind of
family
what he
didn't
got
approve
into.
or what?
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I
his
think he was
friends, his
saying that.
co-workers,
Because
somebody.
remember, after he had the conversation with AD, he was saying something about his family going hard for him, his family, his family, his family. I'm like, they not gonna like him dating a white girl. Like that. That's what you trying to say without saying it. And they were just saying that they were gonna figure it out. Because she was like, I'm prepared and I can handle it. And I was like,
Well,
he
season
can't.
one, Lauren, she didn't think her dad because he was so pro-black. She didn't think he would like her, her man Cameron. But
Yeah.
now they the best. I see them on social media. They
It's
hugging. Everything is great now. You know.
Yeah, that's a black family. I don't think my family was like very pro-black, but I think it was always assumed that I was just, well, I didn't get married at all. Engaged but not married. I think it was always assumed that was what I was gonna marry, but they never like pushed that on me. Like I've dated outside of my race before. Um, and
And,
they were
and
just like,
and I have no
whatever.
issue with it. If it's
Yeah,
love, you love who you love,
yeah,
But so that but those are conversations, especially if you're gonna have children and maneuver
The
in the
only
world.
thing I will the only thing I will say, look, now I'm going to tell some of my son's business, and I usually try not to get too into it, but I do tell
Mhm.
my oldest son is gay that, you got to kind of watch that, because now you're asking those parents to accept two things. I'm
Yeah,
fine, but everybody's not that. So now if you date somebody
yeah,
outside your race, they might have accepted that part, but then they might not accept you dating some, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you just
yeah,
have to keep
yeah,
that in the back of your
yeah.
mind, if that person
Yeah,
is
because
going to
it's
be
one
able
it's
to
one thing that they
continue
okay,
to
I
do those
accept
things.
it. All right, we got over our child being gay, but now
Yeah,
you bring home a black gay a black person,
it's a lot. Yeah.
sitting there and so that's another
So I'm like, you
component.
got to make sure your
Yeah.
partner and your partner's family is on board. And if that's the case, I'm like, I'm good.
Hmm.
I got a preference, but I ain't gonna be that
Yeah,
person.
yeah, I would never do that. I always told my son, I'll never be that person because he has to live with the person, be with the person, like love the person. It's
Hmm.
for them to love and not me to like. And hopefully I'll end up loving them too. So
Yeah.
as long as they treat our children with love and respect, that's all we should
Yeah.
be worrying about.
And that if you're
Um,
outside of the race, that you're empathetic to the things that I have to go through, and that you're going to support me and your family's going to support me, and we're going to support each other, and not I'm fighting issues in the world and got to come home and fight the issues all over
and
again.
see,
So,
and that's the thing about the that one guy SK from season 3 with the
hmm,
Nigerian culture. I felt like he was trying to really shove it down Raven's throat so much, like
because she was like,
the
I'm not
food.
about to make no stew.
Yeah, like the food and something like when they made the food and they was eating it with their hands, tearing off the bread and eating it. And she said, "Can I use a fork?" And the mother was like, "Yeah, you can use a fork." They was just trying to show her what they do, and
She like this big,
and
like
she
she ain't
and
about
she
to eat
was looking like
no
she ain't
stew and
really
no
like the
rice.
food, but she didn't want to be disrespectful. So I would have did that too. Even if I ain't like it, I'm at least taste it and
Yeah,
try it,
try it.
you know.
They're supposed to be doing a version of it on call. Oh, I think I saw Misha post that. Never
Never,
ever meets.
yeah.
I'm gonna
I
give it a
know,
try. I don't know if I'm gonna
I know.
recap it, but
I'm really tired of Ready to Love. I'm really tired of it. I know. I don't think you do the recap, but Shauna does.
Shayna,
Shayna, I mean, I'm sorry,
Brandy,
Shayna does, and
Brandy Yvonne does the
I
most.
be in her comments on her thing, but
Yeah,
I
I'll either
don't.
go watch Shayna or Brandy Yvonne. She does them.
Oh, Brandy.
JB,
Okay, let me check out Brandy's then. I'll check her out too because
JB, and somebody else. But I'm like,
yeah, it's a few people that do it. I didn't watch it last season at all because I said I'm done with this show. I had quit, but then this season I saw Shayna was doing it, so I said let me go and
mhm.
see what's going on. So I ended up watching the episode, the latest episode today, and I'm like, it really they just playing in our face at this point. There's nobody hooking up. There's nobody getting married. There's no nothing. They just
I
gonna
just
get to the
started
reunion.
watching.
Everybody gonna fight, and it's a whole bunch.
I want to go back and watch the old ones, but I just started watching last season because I was doing the panel. And
I
then
ain't
since
even
I
seen
watched
last
last
season.
season, I watched this season, and I'm just like, at this point, I'm just here because they're black. I
Me
want to
too.
go back and
What
see,
I told you,
but
I'm just there for the entertainment at this point.
yeah,
It's just,
but you're
it's just,
you're right. I was saying the same thing, and I think in might have. Well, I don't know if it was Brandy. I think it's Brandy's comments. I don't know if I watched Shayna's video. One of the two that I think it was Brandy's that there was no, like you said, no connections really from the beginning.
no.
And now it looks like this last episode and the next one they about to like shake it up. I'm like, what are we
Oh, I know.
what are we
I mean, I
doing
just
here?
saw the episode when they went to
The
the little
resort.
the little resort. Yeah, the little pool party. Well, not pool party, but the overnight thing with the Tommy
Hmm.
Gibbs. And I- th- yeah, it's just like yeah, ain't nobody really connected with nobody on here. You know,
No.
I ain't even
Because
see last season, Brandy. I ain't even see last season.
initially I thought, well, this at the very beginning, LaRon and Koshia, she's gone. And then I thought
She was a hot mess too. Just
Alonzo,
arguing with everybody all the time, and she was something.
yeah, Alonzo and Patrice, I thought were gonna be together, but now I don't know. And then Chaz and Vanessa, but now everybody want to be with Chaz. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
I saw the trailer for the next episode, and he got about 4 or 5. He got at least 6, 4, 5 or 6, however many girls is left. I think he talking to all of them, sending
yeah, I
them
just
all the same text messages. Sending them all the same text messages. He just he's no good. I mean,
yeah, I think all the is it 4 of them left or 5? Yeah, like you said, whoever's
Oh no,
left.
that's a good one, Brandy. No, I've been watching, but I just didn't watch last season. But the resort one
Go
was a
back and
good
watch
one.
the resort season
Yeah,
and
that
the
was a
Texas
good one. The
season.
Houston one. Yeah, I know that was a good one. It
You
was
gotta
it
tell
was
me
some drama.
which
It was
season
drama
those
on there.
are, because I'll just
Yeah.
look. I'll just start there. I'll watch those two, and then maybe I'll get around
No,
to
that one
watching
was a
the
good
rest.
one. That was the resort one was a good one. It was
Yeah,
drama.
everybody says the resort one was good, and they say that's the one
Yeah.
that they don't count or something because like the seasons are off.
I don't know. I mean,
'Cause whatever
I
season
watched
this
it.
is, it should be like a season forward, but I guess they don't count that resort one as a something weird. I
I
was
don't
like,
know, dude.
okay,
I don't know if they need a new host. I don't know if they need a new concept. They need something. Because at this point now, everybody knows this show been going on too long now. I don't know how many
I
seasons it's
think
been. It's probably
Shayna
20
was
seasons
saying
by now. I don't
something
know how many
about
seasons it's been.
Shayna was saying something about waiting to eliminate. I think that might be an option. But I don't know. I feel like from the beginning there wasn't much to choose from this season, but they
No.
shouldn't eliminate so early because like let's see if you could actually build some connections with these people
Yeah,
and then
because
maybe
they're
like
eliminating people on the first
yeah,
night. Like all I
yep,
did was say, "Hey, how you doing?" And then next thing you know, I got to eliminate somebody. I'm like, I don't even know you. I don't even
exactly.
barely know your name, sir.
So you're
So
just picking the person that you like got to know least, which you may have the best connection, which you just didn't get to them. So I think they
exactly.
definitely shouldn't do elimination so early in that. Maybe they like I like how they split it in like 10 and 10 or 10 or 9. I'm like, I don't know whether you should wait till episode 3 and then be like, oh, that 20 is not working. We're gonna throw another 5 in there. I mean, they usually
Yeah.
do bring like 1 or 2 people in there, but like something to mix it up because some of them I feel like they just don't have a connection at all. They don't want to say it. So
They don't have a connection, and I think people are just at this point now, each season, and this has been the
Mhm.
last 4 seasons in a row at least. I think people are just trying to just stay to the end. It's like a game show. I just
Yeah.
want to make it to the end. You
Brandy says they
know,
need to reformat the show. They need to do something.
yes, they definitely need to reformat the show. Yeah, a lot of
Like
people say
me,
they don't
like
like Tommy
Mika.
too. A lot of people
I
say they
think
tired
Mika
of
is
Tommy.
absolutely gorgeous, but she doesn't have she doesn't have any connections there, and she doesn't want to have kids. So that's kind of like rough. Like how you come on the show
Oh, the
and you
girl
don't
who
want to
got
have
she got the
kids.
braids in her hair.
Yes, the dark skin
Yeah.
girl. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No. Mm-hmm.
Shane is back. I'm back. Are y'all gonna
Oh,
watch
yeah.
own version? We were just Brandy was just talking
Oh, we
about
was
it.
just talking about
I'm gonna
that.
give it a
Yeah.
try.
Yeah. We
Never
just
ever
brought your
meet.
name up, Shayna.
We had deviated and got off into Ready to Love. We about to wrap up in a minute, but yeah, we're talking about these dating shows and Love is Blind, History Pass, and
Look,
then
yeah,
somehow we
because
got on the
I
Ready to
watched
Love.
Shayna's reviews, but I'll check out Brandy's too on the Ready
Yeah,
to Love. And like I told Shayna in the comments one time, I said, "Girl, I'm just watching this for the entertainment because it's like it's in the background while I'm cooking or
yeah.
doing something in the house, and it's on my TV. I'm not
Like
invested.
yeah, I like to put
I'm just
those on when I'm
watching."
at work.
Hmm.
I like to put them on when I'm at work because those are
Yeah,
ones that
we
you
need
don't
to
really
get
have
out
to
of
pay.
Texas. We've been in where we go to Fort Worth. We've been in Dallas. We've been in Houston. Like I mean, more times we're gonna stay in Texas. Get out of Texas. We ain't been to California. Let's go there. Let's go to Chicago, Detroit. Let's go some other
I know they said
places.
DC didn't. DC was
Oh, the
like
DC
didn't
one
work.
was bad. And I'm saying, look, I don't want. I'm from the DMV. I don't want y'all to think that's a representation. The DMV,
And baby,
because yeah,
they
we
couldn't
had
come to
two
New York.
seasons
I
of the
can tell you that
DMV and
right
it
now.
wasn't good. Yeah, no,
They
we
couldn't
had
come
two
to New
seasons.
York. No parts of it.
Oh
Upstate,
yeah, they
Long
haven't gone to
Island.
New York yet. They haven't
They
gone
don't
to
need
New
to.
York.
You
So
go to
yeah,
New Jersey.
okay,
Go to
you
New
okay.
Jersey.
Go to
I don't
Jersey.
want you to judge us.
Go to Connecticut. Go to Philadelphia. And so they need to just try something else. But they need some people saying that they're tired of Tommy too. I do hear those complaints a lot from a lot of women when I'm reading comments or talking to people. Um, yeah, yeah, just try something else. I
Really.
mean, and should we get more older, more mature, like 40 and over,
I think
40s and
they got it.
50s?
Those people, well, no, not 40s and 50s, not 50s. Dr. Callie, not
Look, I'm
50s.
52. We still looking for love.
I'm in my 40s and I just don't see myself in my 40s going on those shows, but I know that there's people in their 40s that will. I mean, I guess if they're
Mhm.
willing,
They did it on The
but I
Bachelor.
kind of feel like
I don't watch The Bachelor, but they had a Bachelor one with older people. Like they
golden
was in
bachelor.
their 60s or something.
Yeah,
The Golden
that's what they
Bachelor.
need to do. They need to do
I didn't
something like
watch
that
it,
because
but
you
I
got
heard
to
about
have
it.
people that's in the same mind frame. Because like we got Mika and she don't want kids, and almost all of those men want kids. So now if you do people in their 50s, it's gonna
Oh,
have
they
they
definitely,
all
yeah,
have to be the same
but see, she's
age.
like in her early 30s or something, right? So she wouldn't be on.
Yeah.
Maybe just give some more mature people that I don't know, because you got people like LaRon. He's still playing games. And what about that other guy they eliminated? The one who was always talking about sex all the time, Lamont or something. His name, not Lamont. What was his
I
name?
forgot his name.
Something like that. Yeah,
Lamar.
something like that. Yeah, it was something like that. And
He was like, ooh.
he was just creepy.
I was like,
He was creepy. Yeah, just like I don't even know, sir. I just barely know your name. Come on now. I mean,
yes, they do need to be more mature.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. How about like from 35 to 50? 35 to 50, something like I think because if you get them ones that's 20 something like that, because LeBron
I
is
feel like you just
31.
gotta be careful when you get to the 50s because you could get a 50 man, but then he gotta get a 30-year-old woman if he still want to have kids, and you're gonna be like Dr. G because
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
right,
Like this
right.
it has to be
Yeah,
level. Oh, she
yeah.
said Chaz is 40. Is he 47?
And he's still a player. Yeah. And he don't have no children.
I remember the one I couldn't stand,
Mhm.
Alexis was saying something about him being like 15 years older than, and I was like, and I didn't even do the math. Oh
Mm.
God.
They got rid of that guy, Dominique or something his name was. Is it
Yeah.
Dominique? Yeah. The guy had the beard and everything. They got rid of him. They people say they just wasn't connected with that guy. And then everybody they got rid of so far, I'm not mad at. They need to have gotten rid of them. So they need to get rid of some more. I don't know. The,
like Shannon said, they need to
there's
be
no
more mature.
connection with nobody.
They didn't have like a
Nobody's
good selection. Like the
the
first 10
mall.
was
Okay, the
okay.
mall. Yeah.
The second group was better, but it
Mhm.
still was like this that's all you got.
And
Okay. I mean, that's better than the first group, but we
and
still
then the guy with the dreadlocks who always putting it up in the bun.
Alonzo in his bonnet.
That bonnet was huge. That's huge. Yeah, I'm just there's nobody on it. It's nobody. No one's gonna by the time we get to the reunion, no one's being together. They
Say
won't.
no nobody's really taking these shows seriously anymore. I think is the
I think
problem. Like
it's a
we just
game show. They now just want to see.
yeah.
No one wants to get eliminated because I just want to make it to the end. That's what
I
it is.
said
It's
that.
like,
I said
yeah,
that earlier, Shana, that you were talking about it. They need to stop eliminating people so early so they could
yeah.
do
We had
genuine
just talked
finale.
about that before you came back. Yes, yeah.
Mhm.
As soon as I meet you, now we say hello. How you doing? What's your name? And then I gotta
Okay, who's
eliminate
going
somebody.
home?
Yeah, it shouldn't be no elimination.
Right?
We
I
we
just
only been
got
here
here.
talking for an hour. No, and some people you can know right up front
And I
that
don't
they
even know
know.
why they have to eliminate so early. It's not like Love is Blind. Like it's not like y'all are in the same house. Like y'all are doing this show and you're still out living your normal life. So it's not like you have to feed people and house people and
Yeah,
stuff
what
like
we
that.
should
So
get a
like,
few. We should get at least 3 or 4 episodes before you eliminate somebody.
yeah,
See
at
the
least
people
around
going and
start
date.
around like episode, yeah, 3 or 4.
Yeah, these the first 2 episodes. No, you should not. So
And
by the
then at
third,
3 and 4,
the 4th,
we only really picking like the hell knows. Like let's get the hell
hell knows out.
like
Yeah,
the Lamars. Like, let's get you out of
Lamar
here.
was
You're
the worst. Yeah,
childish.
he was terrible this season. I didn't see last season, so I don't know who was on it. But this he was terrible. And I think didn't Shayna
Last
interview the
season,
guy who had all the tattoos on him? Did she interview? She interviewed somebody, I think. It was the
oh,
guy
the
early
stylist.
on. He got eliminated right at the beginning. He
Yeah, the
had tattoos
stylist
all on.
with his nutcracker outfit. Shannon, what's his
Yes,
name?
that guy. Yeah, whatever his
I
name
can't
was,
think of his name. Was he Dominique also?
something like. No, it wasn't Dominique was like a kind of a big guy.
He just
Um,
went home, but I think I don't know. I feel like they have similar names. Look, I've been messing up folks' names. Folks are
now
probably gonna be like,
the
this
D,
lady
yeah,
don't know what she's
the
talking about.
DC we did get the Petties. That's on Love and DC, Love
Oh,
and Mercy.
Clifton, yeah.
Yeah, we did get Clifton and Joy, so from the DC one. So, but a lot of these people,
Diamante. I was
yes,
something with a
that's the
daggone
one.
D.
Yeah, I listened to that interview.
I did too. I was like,
And but he didn't seem like he was. I mean, I know it's a lot of editing, a lot of things that they probably didn't get a chance to really show about him, but he just seemed like he wasn't ready for it.
he's there for clout, business opportunities.
I
Some of them
think
do
I
be.
think all of them are because they become
Yeah.
popular. A lot of them become social media influencers, like we said earlier.
Love is
They
Blind is gonna show you. You got to be careful with that because you got any skeletons in your closet.
Yes, and it
Now we
came
don't
out
fool you
on
because
these last couple.
we was going up for
These last
Trevor,
3
and then
seasons I
Trevor,
watched, it came out. Yeah.
yeah, we
Mhm.
was like, oh, not Trevor, not Mr. Mully. Chelsea should have picked Trevor, and then Trevor had a whole group.
And
I'm
we
like,
thought
that
Trevor was a
man
good
picked
guy
Trevor.
too. Yeah, exactly. Mm.
Now they just so
Oh, yeah.
unserious. They play all day in our face. I said, okay, that's what we doing.
Once a show becomes popular and the fans are invested, it's really hard to keep the show a secret. You
Yeah.
know, yeah, it's really hard to keep it a secret.
I feel like after maybe season 3, we need like a shakeup and and I feel like Love is Blind did that a little bit when they started leaving the door open, which is how we got to things like this with like the Zach and the Bliss and allowing him to pursue her. And then on the show, like they say, oh, if we can't do genuine connections, we're just gonna give you the mess. So, but I feel like other than that, they need to like mix it up and figure out something like after a couple of seasons, give it a little refresh, figure out a different way. What you mad
Mhm.
about Love and Marriage DC, Brandy? I just recapped that last night. They think they're real celebrities ready to love. Doesn't turn these folks into influencers. No, Love is Blind does. Love and Blind is the tastemaker.
Brandy, I just subscribed to you, so I'm gonna check your page out too. So, yeah, it's they need a whole revamp. They
Yeah,
need a
all of
whole
them.
revamp to everything. Yeah, a whole rollover on
I,
this
you
show.
know what? I honestly feel like reality show in general. Like, let's keep it real. The the dating shows, definitely, because people have figured out the formula and the clout chase. But then even like our Married to Medicines and our Real Housewives of Atlanta, and then we get to the point where we're stale, and then we got, Bold and Bougie, so we got new people, but they don't really know each other, and then we're gonna put them together like they know each other. They not really friends.
I know.
Give
I
us like
only
a.
watched one. I only watched one episode of Bold and Bougie. I know you've been recapping it,
I
and other people
have.
been recapping it, but I haven't. I haven't gone back to watch any more episodes.
We only got 4 episodes left. It's only 8 episodes in the season, so we got
Okay.
4 left. So that's why I'm gonna stick beside it. So I'll have my content, do my 8, and call it a day, and see what
She
happens
said,
for
"Who
season
needs a
2.
revamp first?"
Love is Blind. I'm
Ready to
ready.
Love
Ready
really
to
needs it.
love.
Ready to Love need.
I mean,
I
can we
like the
not do both
concept of.
simultaneously?
They both can happen, yeah. But I like the concept of Love is Blind. I understand it. Now that I went down my rabbit hole with it, I understand it. Just it's some tweaking needs to be done.
Yeah.
Like bring on the therapy
Yes.
component. That should be part of it. Like, no, before anybody's going down, that's part of it. You can't. That should be in their contract when they sign. They have to go sit down and
Yeah.
talk to somebody. So it's just little things that we could
Yeah, I feel
that they
like
could change.
let's vet these people better. So don't look out. Don't go slide in nobody's DMs. Then you need to do a background check. If it's found that you had a girlfriend or a fiance within the last 6 months, you're no longer viable.
Right.
Give them a therapy. Like if you want to still do the married part, I'm gonna leave that alone with the marriage part. But give them a therapy component. Give them like therapy sessions while they're in the pod.
I just hate that you get to the altar and then tell somebody
Like
you don't want to marry them. I don't care if you're the man doing it or the woman doing it.
yeah,
I
it's
feel like
rough.
that conversation should be done at the little department that they give y'all to sit in. You can sit there and do that there. Don't take me out on no dates and all
I
that.
feel like they should get therapy in the pods. We could just get like little flashbacks. We don't have to see a whole thing, and they should get premarital counseling. And just like, I think those couple of things will do better. And then the yes or no at the end of the aisle, it's been what it was. Maybe like we were saying, just you need to know before the day of. You know what I'm saying? Like your partner needs to know before they get there. And if we're not going to do it that way, then the men have to go first.
Yeah,
Men have to go first. Sorry, man.
I agree. But Ready to Love definitely needs a I mean, they need to get the eraser, erase everything, and white it out, and start all over from scratch.
That's because they think they on freaking Survivors, voting people off the island and all kinds of stuff. They're not getting
That's
anywhere.
what
Oh,
I'm
no, no,
saying. I just
everyone is
think
mad at
it's
each
a
other.
game show, and you just trying to make it to the end. So so it's like if you and I on Ready to Love, girl, we're gonna just try to stay on here and hope we don't get eliminated. We're gonna just make it to the end. Like maybe they get more money if they make it to the end. I don't know what the situation is. But
my Ready to Love people, Shayna, Brandy, Yvonne, you chime in with that. Love is Blind. I know they only get that. I just first heard of the stipend thing this year, which I guess I should have assumed, but they don't
that's
get
what I've been
anything else.
reading all over social media, that they get like $1,000 a week or something.
Yeah,
That's what I heard. So
yeah, yeah. But before we get to the aisle, I need to know. I need to know. Oh, and something else I was thinking, and my brain just went away from it. I forgot. It was about Love is Blind. Something else I wanted them to do. I can't think of it. If I remember before we leave, I'll
well,
let me just put my little banners up.
But this was a crazy season. It was a good season.
Look, I had my little banner. I never put
it. It was a good season. I mean, what you think overall? How would you rate the season? So, I mean, before we
Love
get
is
to
Blind?
of the season 6.
I give them a 7.5.
Yeah.
It was decent. It was decent.
Yeah.
I'm still invested. I'm still watching. I just feel like I just don't take it seriously. But at the same time, I still get angry. So
yeah, me too. Same. Yeah, that's how I am. I still get angry because we invested, but I'm not taking it serious. No.
Yeah, because you almost feel like like you said, outside of the first couple of seasons, even though we have had married
And
couples, if you just feel
I'm
like,
happy for the ones that actually get married and stay married. That
yeah.
I want to see some babies and everything, so
Look, you're
um
not allowed to say that anymore. Vanessa got in trouble for talking about the damn babies on the show. So, but now we are getting a couple of Love Is Blind babies. But
she got in trouble for saying
mm,
that. But she
yeah,
did say it a
because
couple seasons,
she
yeah.
said it way too many times at the reunion. Like every other
Yeah.
thing, she was saying something about having a baby. I'm like, ma'am, do you want to have another baby? And then I think Cameron and Lauren were kind of saying like that's kind of a touchy subject because some people might not want kids, and that's fine. And some
And
people
some
might
people
be
can't
trying to
have and some
have
people can't
kids
have
and
them for
can't.
various reasons. Yeah, right,
So
right,
now
right.
you know, if you just don't want them, then it's fine. You can say that, which people are still going to be like, why didn't you want kids? Because I don't. But then
Yeah,
those
yeah.
who
Oh no,
can't
I'm
and they're
never a person who
trying,
push no children on people because
me
not
neither.
everybody wants them for whatever their reasons, and not everybody can have them for medical reasons.
Yeah.
So, and that's on the man side or the woman side.
Yep.
So, and it's a very hard process for people who want to try and they can't do it and all that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah.
no,
And
and
I think that's where she got the flack because it's like you don't know what people's situations are. So
see
you
they.
keep saying baby, baby, baby. And what if they want to have kids and they can't have kids? So it was like
Mhm.
she had to stop. She had to pull that back and not say anything.
Yeah, yeah. And what you think about them as a host?
I
And Nick and Vanessa.
I
I remember
understand
when he was married to the first girl. What was it, Jessica Simpson? I
Jessica
remember he was married there,
Simpson,
and they had that reality show.
the
That was
chicken of
crazy.
the city. Is it what is
Yeah,
it? Where's the chicken?
yeah, she was. Yeah, she was a dingbat.
She was,
Yeah, I
but she
remember.
wasn't because she went on and had us wearing all them damn Jessica Simpson pocketbooks and shoes and shit.
She sure did. She sure had the shoes. Yeah.
Somebody had something going on for her, but
Yeah. Hmm.
I know they started the show and this one in Ultimatum because like Ultimatum is what she gave to Nick, how she ended up getting him. I'm like that worked because he already had a wife.
Yeah.
Had he not had a wife, it might not have worked out for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like when they got flack from not doing what they were supposed to do with the reunion, their answer was just to pull back instead of getting them more involved. So they're like they're really hands off with the process.
Yeah. You
And I
don't
feel
see
like
them. You
if
see them at the beginning, maybe one time in the middle,
yep,
and
and
then
that's
you
it.
don't see them
So I feel like
again.
if that's the case, then just let them do the ultimatum if that's like definitely their situation. Have somebody else do Love Is Blind, and definitely we need a different reunion host. I don't know who's everybody's voting for Lauren and Cameron, which I laughed because she was saying she didn't. I guess maybe she was contractually obligated to watch previous seasons. I didn't know,
Mm.
but this season
Mhm.
she said she didn't have to. So she's like, I didn't watch it. I just enjoyed my life. I was like,
Oh
okay,
yeah. Hmm.
there's that.
Yeah. But I do see a lot of them be on podcasts and stuff talking. So the previous people from doing interview. I saw AD did an interview with it was Entertainment Tonight or one of them platforms. One of
Oh,
them,
okay. I
yeah,
have to
it
go
was
look. I
her
don't have a
and
problem with the previous
Jessica. Somebody.
people. I just don't want them to do it during the season because, like, Jessica did one with Nick from Vile Files, who was he on The Bachelor? He's on one of them shows. I don't watch The Bachelor,
Yeah, me either.
um, and I didn't end up watching it. But you know, going through TikTok, you pull the clip, so you watch and you be like, oh, okay. Because I heard
Mm-hmm.
her and Chelsea was supposed to be cool, but from the clip that I saw in the reunion, I don't know. But then maybe they just cut it because you know how they like to cut things to give you one perception, and
Mm-hmm.
that's it.
Well, I know
So,
that guy Shake has a podcast. I don't know what he's talking about. I ain't listened to it, but I know he has a podcast. And then the girl Deep, who we was talking about,
Deep
and
Deep,
yeah,
there's
and
another girl.
what's the Asian girl name? Natalie. They do a
Yes,
podcast
that's who it
together.
was. I'm like, it's two of them. Yes,
And they
I come
recap
across that one on
they
TikTok too.
recap the episodes, yeah. So
Yeah,
that was a crazy season with Natalie and what was it, Shane? That was girl, I was in here screaming half the time. They was they
and
was a
Shane was. I
mess.
think Shane was on Perfect Match too. I was like, with them
Yeah.
freaking eyes.
With them eyes, yeah. Teeth coming out his mouth and his eyes didn't
Hey,
I can't
hey,
even get my eyes
Shayna.
that big.
Hey,
Oh,
Shayna, what you wearing over there? I said,
yeah, he was creepy. Yeah.
what you
Hmm.
mean? What you wearing over there? I run into Marshall has given like his 2 cents on TikTok. Ayana was doing them like as
I saw
lives,
her
but
on
like sometimes
Instagram.
I'd be like, oh my God, I haven't watched it yet. I went on there one time when she was watching the one with Kenneth and Brittany, and she was like, what? What just happened? What are we doing here? Did he just break up?
Mhm. I see her on Instagram sometime, but I haven't seen her on TikTok. I had to look for her, but
She
I
has
like
a
that. I liked
she has
her.
a podcast with one of her friends, but they just talk about like relationships as a whole. She doesn't talk about the show. She goes on
Yeah.
TikTok and talks about the show,
Well,
but
you know,
I
some
forgot.
I like the fact that they broke up, but you don't hear nobody slamming each other.
Yeah.
You know, I like that. You know, okay, it didn't work out, but I don't have to dog you, and you don't have to dog me. Just move on. You know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Because Lord knows. Lord
mhm.
knows. Anybody that comes through on the replay, leave a comment, hashtag replay, drop me an emoji, let me know that you came through. If you missed any of my other recaps, I did Bold and Bougie on Friday, Love and Marriage DC on Saturday. Keep your notifications on. I'm still trying to work on more stuff, but Friday,
And
Saturday, and Sunday, you got me Bold and
and
Bougie, Love and Marriage DC, and Love
thank you
is
for letting
Blind.
me come up here. I know we done spent
No
over 2 hours
problem.
up here, but we had a lot to get off our chest
I
because
know. Well, I figured
I
I'm
hadn't
like,
really talked about it. So
I said minimum we're gonna be an hour and a half, and then I'm like, I know I wanted to like let you speak about the other five even before we got into this because it was
mhm.
so many thoughts, so much had went on. We had the whole season, and now we got
Yeah.
the reunion coming up. So I that's another reason I want to move it up earlier because I'm like, if I do it too
And
late,
so
then it's
are
gonna
they
be
always going to do after the
after the altar.
after the altar? Are they always doing those?
They usually do, but like I said, we haven't got the one for season 5 yet, so I don't know what's going on with that. But they usually do
Oh,
after
okay.
the altar. Sometimes they
Mhm.
be those about the rocks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
Because the last
it's
one
good because you
they
get
did,
to
I
see
think
what's
they were
going on
like,
after the fact.
yeah, but then we don't need a whole 3. They usually do like 3 episodes, and we usually don't need 3 episodes.
Yeah, yeah.
You could
No,
just give
three.
us
We
like
don't need three.
one-hour episode and wrap it up. Like,
Yeah, we
but
just
they
want to
get them
see.
all together and they do stuff like the last one they were playing football, and I was just like,
Yeah, they get back together, and that's just a way for the production to just to milk it. That's all. They probably pay them to all get
yeah.
back together and hang out, and so and it looked like they go for different cities. So we
Last
did
season was the
Atlanta, we
first
did
season that I did.
Charlotte.
Yeah, they do.
Who did
They do.
Atlanta,
They went to
Chicago? We
Seattle.
did Chicago. Yeah. Oh,
We were in
okay. What's okay? I'm in season 4 now. What city they at now? Is that Seattle on
I
season
don't know.
4?
Seattle is that yeah, that might be the one with Chelsea and Kwame.
Kwame. Oh, that
Yeah,
might
I
be
think that
Seattle then. Okay, okay.
yeah.
That's where I'm just starting now on that one.
And
So,
then last season was damn it, I forgot. Anybody that's left, y'all can chime in
girl,
and let me know because
I
I
got an
can't remember.
idea. I got a great idea. You
Mhm.
go on there and you see you can find you somebody, and that way we can watch it and Shay to do the recap and all that. You go on there. So I want to see.
Not me.
You
Shayna
can get
said
that free.
she'll do a dating show. Sharonda from
You
Paying Weight said she'll do a dating show, and I'll be right
you
here
can
to
get
cheer
that
them on.
you can get that free Mexico a vacation or the DR vacation. Go on there, girl. Go ahead on there.
Not with my 3 kids, because I wouldn't want my kids on TV. And when we get home from the honeymoon, if I could even stand to lay in the next bed with somebody, we get home from the honeymoon. You got to be
And then yeah,
introduced to
because
my
that's another thing.
children.
Because what you gonna do with your children if you moving into a place that ready to love? I'm not ready to love. Love is blind.
Love is
Want you to stay
blind.
in like an apartment or something. So where you gonna put? Where you gonna do with your children? And you got 2 of them that's young. So yeah. So that
If my
wouldn't work.
older one wasn't away at
Mhm.
school, he could watch them. But now,
Well,
like
that
if
girl
they pass
Jessica
and he's
had Jessica had a 10-year-old. So
single,
maybe the child stayed with the parents or
I
the
think the
grandparents
dad.
or the
I
dad,
think she
either
said she had a
grandparents or
dad
dad.
because she said
Yeah.
they co-parent well. I don't. I don't, so that wouldn't be an option. Yeah,
Mhm.
I couldn't do it for
And
my
it's like
kids,
a
and I wouldn't
month,
want
right?
to
You gotta be
either.
away a month from
Yeah.
them, so that would be that would uproot their whole life. So yeah, that wouldn't work. I'm just teasing, but I just said because I even told
And
another
then
girlfriend of mine,
imagine
I said, go girl on there and find somebody.
And there's some YouTubers that say they're up for it. Like Shayna, I think said she'll do Ready to Love. Sharonda said she'll do Pay Her Rate, Pay Her Weight. I would love to see these ladies on there. But like, just think about it. For me, like if I did one of these shows, let's say I did Love Is Blind, and I went on the trip and everything went well, and then I came home and they met my kids, and my kids was like, absolutely not. Then I feel
Who
like,
is this? Yeah, they'd be like, "Who is this person?" I'm like,
absolutely not. This is not
mm-mm.
gonna work. Which is what I wondered with Jessica with the 10-year-old. So I was kind of interested to see it and see if it was gonna work out, because it's like that. I don't know how you could do a show like this with kids.
Right, right, right,
And it's such a short
right.
amount of time. And then you're not
Yeah.
incorporating the kids. And then you got to incorporate my kids off camera because my kids don't
So
play
wait
all
a
that.
minute. So you get married, and this person may or may not have interacted with your kid. I mean, even if they interacted, it's only 4 weeks, a month. So
Well,
with
this is the
that's not
first
enough.
time they've even had somebody on Love Is Blind with a kid.
Oh, okay, okay.
So we've never even.
Maybe they wanted to do an experiment to see how it was going to work, and it didn't work. So I don't think they should do it for this show.
Vanessa
You
asked
can do it
her.
for the other shows because they're not living together.
Yeah,
You know, on Ready to
yeah.
Love, they're not living together, so that's fine. But
Vanessa
not for
asked
this
her,
show.
like, was she going to tell them right off the back? And she was like, no, I want to wait and have them get to know me, which I kind of, part of me agreed with. But then once you did it that way and it didn't work, I was like, okay, maybe that's not the first thing out of your mouth, but it's definitely a first date since this is an expedited process. It's definitely a first date
Yeah, it's
conversation.
like I've always used to say, "Hey, I'm Inga. I have a son." Blah, 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 when my son was younger,
Right.
that I always told people right off the bat because I'm not hiding that. That's part of
Yeah, I
who
don't
I
have a
am.
problem
We
with
a
it.
package
I
deal.
get it on that show. It's a little bit different. But like I said, it's an expedited process. So typically, I don't know. I mean, I think I would always bring it up on the first date, but I think they definitely, like, if there's somebody, if you get in there and there's somebody that you don't even connect with them, then I guess it don't really matter. But if you get in there and you're connecting with somebody in that first date, it's
Well, I don't think it
let it
works
go,
on
let it flow.
I don't think it works on the Love Is Blind. Ready to Love, you
Mm.
could do that one because that one you don't have to
Yeah,
bring
because
the
a lot of them have
person
kids.
home and you got time to marinate that relationship and build it. They don't have no time to build nothing. They ready to just get you. Oh, you just get their first name, probably don't even know their last name, and boom, you getting married. So that's
They know their last name. They be saying them last names in the altar. And then remember,
mm,
Amy hyphenated her name. Amy
exactly. I
Cortez
remember that. Yeah,
something,
yeah. She wanted her name
something
hyphenated because
Irish.
she didn't want to give up her her heritage name or whatever. That's I understand that. This yeah, they be doing too much, but it's entertaining. It's definitely entertaining.
It's
Okay, so
entertaining. So
they
I
help you
have
get
a
to 500.
goal.
So where are you at now? What's the number?
228. Because
Okay.
my goal was it's 1,000 by the end of the year. So I had set a goal for 300 by the end of February. We didn't make that. So I'm like, we're not going to just keep dragging the 300 out every month. So we just going to make it 500 by June 1st, which is my birthday. And then between June and December, hopefully we can get to 1,000. Because we
Mm.
coming up on like our third year here. So like now we got to make something shake. I'm trying to, put out some more content. It's kind of difficult because I mean, my starting formula was always supposed to be the weekends with one day during the week, because sometimes I'll have like, a Wednesday and a Sunday off. But the further along I got in the process is like I have so much to do that a lot of times I don't get to record or put something out during the week. So now I'm gonna try to like do a short or something more short form during the week. So I'll have, I won't have that long a gap, because even though I do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, with that gap during the week, YouTube is like, you need something in the middle here. And I wish I could spread them out, but I like to do Love and Marriage DC as a first reaction. We're already on Sunday when Love Is Blind is on Wednesday. Bold and Bougie I had Friday, which is closer. That's Thursday. So it's like, we're at where we're at. So I'm gonna do the
Yeah.
best I can. I gotta go back and finish doing Love Is Blind season, not Love Is Blind, but not Bold and Bougie, Blood and Water. Blood and Water.
Everyone tell me to watch that. They say it's so good. And
So I
when I
can
sent you a message, I'm gonna check it out. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
so I
check
can
it out.
start on season, because I haven't even started watching season 4, because I didn't want to be confused between 3 and, I mean, I guess I could still, because
I
I'm
guess I gotta start from the
watching them.
beginning because I've never seen. I gotta start from the first season. Everybody says
1,
good.
2, and 3 are so good. Now I've heard from people that have watched season 4 that season 4 is not. I said,
Okay,
why?
I'm gonna check it out. I'll check it. I mean, I'll peek at. Maybe I'll look at a little bit tonight if I go to bed.
I did
Try to look
I
at it.
did recap season 2. I'm recapping season 3 now because I was supposed to wrap season 3 like a while ago before we got to
Mhm.
season 4. Then I found out it was March 1st and I was trying to do it that week that I was off, and then I got sick and something happened and I was like, "Oh, we'll get back to it," because I was trying to get all six, because it's only six episodes. It's usually only 6 or 7 in a
Oh,
season.
I can knock those out then. Yeah.
Yes, they're about an
Mhm.
hour, but 6 or 7 in a season. So I was trying to get all 6 of those. I think I'm on like 2 or
And they drop
3.
them all at one time because it's
They
Netflix, right?
drop them all at one
Oh,
time,
okay, but
so
I can
I was
kind of
gonna
binge watch through that. I can knock through those. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So I was trying to get all of that by March 1st, and then I was gonna do from March 1st on season 4 and do 1 a week so I could, have that be like maybe my Wednesday show. But,
Mhm.
life don't be
All right, good.
cooperating.
Since you said it's so good, now I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna check it out, and
1, 2, and 3 you definitely
I'll
gonna like now.
report back. Yeah, let you
I
know.
can't vouch for 4 because
Mhm.
I was watching
I'm gonna
somebody
start from
on
one though, because I ain't
yeah,
see anything. So
somebody on
just like I
TikTok
did
was
with Love Is
like
Blind, I didn't know nothing. So I started from had to go from the
yeah.
beginning.
Somebody
Mhm.
on TikTok had shows that should have ended like in certain seasons. And like Game of Thrones, they were like the last season of that was real bad. And then I was like, Blood and Water. They were like, they should have stopped at season 3. I was like, oh
Oh
my God.
my god.
And then I
Okay.
just kept swiping because I didn't want them to tell me nothing else. I was like, oh, I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
So, but it sounds like they kind of deviated from the story because the story was working. We was building the story that we had, which after season 1 and we got into season 2, you were kind of thinking for like season 3, like where are we gonna go? But there was still
Mhm.
someplace for us to go now. Season
Yeah.
4,
Yeah.
we're gonna see. So I'm definitely gonna do that. I'm definitely doing these. I'm thinking about, since Love is Blind is almost over, picking up Summer House when that comes up at the end of the month. Although I
Yes,
keep
I did watch
seeing
that's the same one from the
Martha's Vineyard.
that's the same one. I mean I watched the ones with the black people. That's the
Yes.
one I look at.
Mhm.
Okay. Because I don't look at the other ones. There's no disrespect to them, but I just don't watch them.
Yeah.
Um
This is the first time watching. I keep saying I'm gonna stop doing reality
that because
TV, and they bring it
that
back.
Martha's Vineyard one when they that black the black friends, that
Mhm.
was wow. They
I
was
was trying to recap that last year
that
too, and
one
I
was
know
wow. There was a lot of fights, a lot of arguing, a lot of crime, a lot of this, a lot of that. It was some of
yeah.
everything in there.
Now the
And
only thing I
that
am
was
kind of annoyed is I wanted to pick up BMF and I don't have any time for it because I think I missed doing the last episode because I did season 1 and I did season 2. I think I just missed the last episode, so I was gonna do the last episode and start season 3. But now we're already 2 episodes in, so I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Even with Love Is Blind ending next week, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do Blood and Water and that. The reality is a little bit easier because you just
oh, she gonna do the summer house Montefiore. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm when does that drop? Because I want to start watching that.
the
Is that
March 24th, I think.
okay?
I think it's on my community tab. I think it's a 24. Oh, okay. Yeah. I think
Uh,
you did the first season though, right, Brandy? Brandy be doing a lot of reality
Yeah,
TV.
I see.
Her and
I see on her
Shayna.
page. She got a lot of. Mm-hmm.
Because I have to go catch up because I still watch Love and Hip. I don't
Oh,
watch
I
Miami.
look at that too. Some after a hard day of working, sitting on the computer all day. Sometimes I want to watch some ratchet TV. I know what I'm getting
Yeah.
with Love and Hip Hop. I know it's
Yeah.
garbage and it's ratchet and all that, but sometimes I'm tired all day. I get off the computer and I done work late and I just said, let me just put my feet up and just look at the mess what they talking about.
Yeah. I
I
don't
know what
watch
I'm getting
Miami.
with them.
I don't watch Miami. I think I only watched like a couple of episodes of the first season, but all the rest of them, like I watched from the beginning till now. It's just
Yeah.
sometimes it gets you
I
aggravated,
look at
like the way they
Miami and I
carry
look at
on.
the Atlanta one because those are the only two
Yeah, I
they
watch
showing now
Atlanta.
is Atlanta and Miami. So
But sometimes it gets on my nerves because I'm like, Mama
it do
D,
get on
you
my
too
nerves all the
old.
time.
You too old.
And I know it gets on my nerves
Her
all the
and
time.
her and old ass Carly with a new man every season. I'm like, if somebody don't,
And please,
but
please, ladies, stop with all this plastic surgery. Them ladies in Atlanta, I don't want to talk about no other woman, but they look ridiculous. They starting to look like clowns,
yeah, you
like
gotta be
Bozo the
careful.
clown. The big giant lips, the big giant eyelashes. Okay, looking like this. the getting the baby, grabbing your hair from the top of your head and slicking it all down your face. That fake baby hair, the big giant Carly, what's that? Carly Red, her backside and her legs don't match up together. It just looks crazy, and it's
And then
all of
when
them.
you
It's
go back and look at how Carly used to look, or even if you look at Carly's daughter and you see how much better she used to look, you're like, "Ugh,
I don't know why they all do that. I don't know why this is all of them.
it's
And they
vanity
do it on
because you see
Miami one
yourself
too.
on
So it's not just I'm
yeah.
talking about Atlanta. The Miami girls do it too. It just looks a mess. I just look a mess.
Yeah, because you're like you see yourself on TV and it's like even when I see myself, I still don't wear no makeup. I put lipstick on and maybe I might put a little something on
I
my
put a
eyes,
little
but
something on just so because girl, I
yeah,
got the dark circles. We trying
but
to cover. I
I
put a
got
little.
spots.
Sometimes I'm like, sometimes when I'm on there with Moochie, and I just say, "Girl, y'all gonna take me how I am. I ain't got no make. I ain't doing all that, you know."
Yeah,
So
most of the time I don't even do that, but I have the dark spots from when I have one of my kids that I need to go to the dermatologist because they said, "Oh, it's gonna go away when you have the baby," and I'm like, "They're still here. They're still here. Kids
mm-hmm.
are the baby's 8, and the other one 15 and 21, like
When's it going away? When he's 18?
still
Yeah.
here." But so I don't
Oh
wear it, so
man.
I can imagine because like that's the one thing I don't want to ever have to touch because I got lines, I got I'm in my 40s, and some people at my job are like when I say I'm in my 40s or I say I have a 20 something, and they're looking at me like, and I'm like,
Oh, people
yeah,
do it to me
but
all the time. Cause see, I'm 52. My son is
yeah,
31, and people do all the time. Say to me, I don't think I look like no
me
younger
neither.
person, but they don't think that when I people hear me talking about my son, they think I'm talking about like a kid, and I'm like, he's still my
Right.
son just because he's an adult.
Yeah, because
But
I'll say I'm not gonna get out of control. I would say I look like I'm in my 30s. I would not go young. Like I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not the grades be popping. Like we
oh,
could do
child,
30.
yeah,
That's as far back as we gonna
I'm about
take
to
it.
have my hair bleached. I'm gonna get this all this,
And I'm gonna say a smooth like
grading.
38. Like, yeah, you 38. I'll take it. Just younger than I am. But yeah, I wouldn't think,
Mhm,
And then when
mhm.
I look at younger pictures, that I'm like, no, I do look old because you look so much younger in the younger pictures. So
Yeah. Mhm,
um
mhm.
you did
Right.
Martha's Vineyard. Oh, okay, you did the whole season. All right, yeah. Well,
That first season was crazy. So is it a new cast? Whole new people of
I
the
have
summer
to
house?
look. There's some I think we got some new people on there. So the Belle was saying Silas is not gonna be back or he's not on this season. I was like, who are we gonna talk about? Because Silas had a lot of comment, stuff to talk about. Thank you.
The Brad said, "With the 31 my 31-year-old son looking like he
Uh-uh.
look he has a beard, but if he didn't have that beard, he would look like he was still in high school. He still has a baby face, so he had the
I hear
beard,
that.
the
Too young
goatee and the beard make him, But
look
he
older.
still looks very young to me. And I told him
Yeah.
he should be happy to still look young, because when you get older,
Yeah. Yeah.
you gonna
They
want to
don't
be
see it
looking young.
yeah, they don't see it when they're younger, but when you start getting
Mhm.
past that, when you can hit that 40, you're like, wait a minute now. Even
Yeah,
if it's
yeah,
only a few years,
exactly.
take it.
Yeah.
What he
Mhm.
what he
Yeah, yeah,
Look,
yeah.
that's a little too young for me, but listen, I ain't mad at you.
Yeah, no, but something what's the guy on Ready to Love named LeBron or whatever his name is? He's 31. And I looked at him, I said, God, my son is so much more mature. This guy is like he hanging out in the street all the time. He just seem immature. Like
I just
so,
think he's lonely.
yeah, he said that. He said he's by himself all the time. So
Yeah, because he said like, because I remember
he
my
works at
friend, oh
home,
my
and
God,
I think that's
yeah.
why he goes out just so he can be social with people because he works at home.
My
So
friend, um, my friend that just passed away last year. I remember one year we were having the conversation because at one point she had stopped working at her job and she was like an independent consultant. So a lot of what she did was she was on the road and she would go into stores and she would do whatever she did and she would have meetings, but most of the time she was by herself. And she's like, she missed the social interaction, that you get from like going into an office. And this was pre
yeah,
Panorama,
it's pros
you
and
know.
cons. Yeah,
So and I think,
Everybody
I
can't
mean,
do it.
you
I've
have,
been working from home since the 2020, since the
yeah,
panorama.
yeah,
but for me, I love it.
yeah,
But I know some girlfriends of mine who couldn't stand it. I gotta get
yeah.
back to work. They me, please. I don't never need to see these people. You know what I mean? So, and I
It's
see them
just
from
been
time to
so.
time. We still got an office. I go in there from time to time.
Oh, okay.
But
So you get
most
your
of the,
little fix.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm not really in there long. I might have to go in there to take care of something, and I'm out of there. I'm not really in there long. So, I don't really. I do insurance billing. So the stuff I do,
Oh, okay.
everything I do is online. So I don't really need to
I'm
be around
50-50. There's
people.
a huge part of me that wants to work from home. I know for me, with depression, I do have to get outside and physically get some air and like interact with
Yes, and
people. Just
I
like,
have to do that. Yeah.
but I'm fifth part, but the large part of me would like to be home. I'm like, I could hang out with my friends. I could, I can go to the mall.
Yeah,
I can
yeah, because I am
socialize.
flexible with my schedule. So, but being that I'm,
Yeah.
yeah,
Because my
so
my best friend, she had her hours. She works part-time. So I'm like, "Oh, look, we just be hanging out a little bit more. Oh, you got time for lunch? Okay, let's go have lunch and I'm gonna come back.
mm-hmm.
But
It's pros and
yeah,
cons, and
it
depends on
does.
how about, especially if you got the young children, it can work for you somebody to be at home. So it's pros and cons. It's not for everybody. It's like doing online classes versus going
Yeah.
into the school. So
And
it's
that's
not
the
for
reason why I
everybody.
could work from home because my kids are older and they wouldn't be here. Like if I had kids that weren't school age, I couldn't be at home with like a toddler trying to work. Like no.
No, 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 no. No.
So because they're in school and I have that time, I'll be like, all right, look, we gotta get the bulk of our work done while they're there,
Right,
so that
right.
we'll be
Yes, right.
wrapped up.
Yeah.
Wrapped
Well,
up.
girl, we've been on here for a
I
while.
know. I gotta go make sure these
No.
kids are either in bed, ready for bed. Because like I said, I got the food ready, but
hmm
I still gotta go do my son's hair. He's headed back out of here tomorrow to go back and finish
Oh,
school.
the college age, the oldest one. He was on spring break.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So
Because
he
I
been
was
running me
wondering
around.
when everybody's spring break is different. So
It is. It is. Because I was annoyed because he's
Mhm.
in North Carolina. He has two friends that go to two other schools and they have three different spring breaks.
Yeah,
And they're
yeah.
like 30 minutes away, an hour away. I'm like, y'all couldn't all have the
hmm
same spring break because I was hoping he would have it with the one friend because she lives in New Jersey and that she would drive him up, and then he could just take the train home. But hers is next week.
So you got
I
to
was,
drive him back down.
no, he's taking the train.
You're gonna take the
But I
train.
got to
Okay.
get him situated. I got to go do his hair tonight and do a couple of things. Like I said, yeah, I mean, I hated that this was the spring ahead day too because I'm up this morning running around. I'm in Target. Then I'm like, okay, what else do you need before you go back? And what did it?
hmm
Just
hmm
for him to turn around and come back in like another month, another month because
That's
they
what I'm
don't have
saying.
that much left. But
Yeah.
he was getting sick of the
Yeah.
food, so I
And
froze
the
some
younger ones,
food.
are they on spring break yet or not yet? Because it's not.
No, they
They do
had
this close to Easter.
my kids have two breaks. So they had a February break. That's what I was home with them for a week in February. They got like 2 days around Easter, like Good Friday and something, and then they have another week
Mhm.
in April. So
Yeah.
I'm taking off that week with them, and hopefully that will coincide with me going to pick up my child and
Oh
bring him
yeah,
back.
because Easter
So we'll be
is
done
on
March
March
31st.
31st. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Which I gotta go do an Easter basket for the little one. I ain't done that yet. I'm like,
mhm. Yeah,
I'm
girl,
praying for him. The whole thing
go
was
get them jelly beans and dye some eggs and stuff.
I ain't dying no eggs this year.
I used to do all that stuff. I kind of
I'm not
miss doing
dying
all that stuff
eggs,
now.
and I'm not doing an Easter egg hunt. Usually do an Easter egg hunt in
I
the
used to do
in
all that too. I
inside.
used to do all that too. Yeah.
It's the
Mhm.
last 2 weeks of March. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It seems like
Yeah,
it's
we got separate two breaks. Ooh, look, see, he's peeking and you have your did you eat?
because he wants you to get off the line.
Go
So
eat. I'll be
he
out
said,
in
"Come
like
on."
5 minutes.
He said, "Come on, mom, get off the line."
He was like, like,
You
you
still
still
on here?
on? Who you talking
hmm
to? Is your brother up or he's sleeping? The food is right there on the stove. Just put it in a plate and warm it. Like, why is it 10 o'clock at night and you ain't ate?
Exactly. Yeah. I guess you're supposed to serve it, put on the plate and serve it.
I usually do, but there's a 15-year-old and a 21-year-old in there. Like, I don't gotta fix no plates, really. I don't.
Oh yeah, no, at 15. Come on, they not.
I usually do, but I don't have to. That's why I was like, I told them that before I came in here. Like, okay, food's on the stove.
Right,
I
right.
said I try something new. I'm gonna change it up next time because I was like, know if this is as thick as I like it to be, but it's in there. It was done. All that was done before I got in here. I put on my little dress to pretend like I was going to a wedding, and grab my cup,
I know.
grab my wine, and I was ready. But everything else is done. Like I said, I gotta go do my older bleach his hair, but like that's
Well,
like
you
stuff for him.
go on one of these shows so that I can come to the wedding. See you.
You gotta hit up one of these younger people. Randy Yvonne, would you like to go? Shayna
Oh
said she
yeah,
would.
Brandy Vaughn. Yeah, yeah,
I'm a
she can
little
go on there and
too
then
old for all that.
child,
Go on
please.
there, see
No,
if we can
we
get the
need to do it
time off of
the
work.
old fashioned way where you actually dating people for a while and vet them for a while. The here on this show, you ain't vet nobody for no length
That's
of
what
time.
they need to do, but I guess they don't have enough time to like pay these people, and then the people don't have enough time to take off of work, so they expedite the process. Because if it was like a
Yeah.
6-month show, we might be okay. But like
Yeah, nah,
we doing all of this in like a month.
yeah.
I'm like, I
All
take
right.
longer to make decisions than that. But
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not
that's just
getting
me
married in no month.
personally.
Yeah.
I mean, you can
Mm-mm.
definitely I will say you definitely can know in a month, but should I want to run and get married? No, probably not. Y'all better go watch Risa Tisa. Stop playing around.
But I didn't even get through all of that. I only listened to a couple of clips and I said, oh, it's too much. Like 11 clips. I mean, it was just
It
too much,
is. I
you know.
watched her. I watched this lady Jillian. Then they said, "Oh, that's the she took the lady from Lion Larry's story." I went back and listened to Lion Larry. I said, "But Risa Tisa
Child.
being on everybody's show now," so I'm like, I'm
I
not
saw
mad
that.
at
I
her.
saw on Tamara Hall. I saw that on
Yep,
there.
I saw her on Tamara, and she was on Good
Oh,
Morning Today,
she
Good
was on
Morning
Good Morning
America. One of those.
America.
That one I didn't watch.
She was on Good Morning America. I saw a clip. Yeah, Good Morning America had on. Yeah.
Yep. I
Mm-hmm.
said, "Oh, I have to go watch
Also, she's
that," but I'm
becoming a
like,
celebrity now. So,
I'm for it. You got to
okay.
turn that pain into profit, because I mean,
Yeah, that man
yeah.
was crazy.
Yikes, I'm gonna put on
Yeah.
a little
But he came out
cruising
with some
music.
videos saying she's lying or something. Well, not him. I think it was her boyfriend before something. Just somebody else she had dated. Telling me she lied
No,
about a lot of stuff.
he did an
I saw
interview with
something on
somebody on
Instagram.
he did an interview with somebody on YouTube, but I went and watched that's too loud, Really Be TV. And I was like, that's as far as I'm going. And somebody else on TikTok, I was like, I'm not listening to anything this man has to say.
No, I
Just
ain't
sitting there
listening.
lying.
Yeah.
Lying. Well, thank you for coming
Thank you
through. I'm
so
gonna
much.
let you
It's been
good
fun.
people
We were sitting
over
here just
here.
talking girl talk and everything. I appreciate
I
it.
know. I'm surprised I kept this many people this long. Thank you for coming through. I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate you all, and I will see you in the next one. Good night.